hate puppies. It's good podcast.
It's on the outside. I wouldn't put my beer in that.
I feel threatened.
Pour a little bourbon in there and wipe it out.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House, the only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems, and for the last and final time, dedicated to helping you find that ever elusive under $60 bottle of bourbon that is readily available at the Virginia ABC store.
A lot of caveats there.
Well, I mean, till next year, we got to do.
Oh,
it
no,
again.
no.
Yeah. Every year, the bottles change, the expressions change.
Nope.
Well, from what we've learned, every bottle's different, basically.
exactly.
So,
Yeah, but I'm all in. Whatever wins today,
You're riding this
That's
to your
it.
grave.
forever. Forever.
I get you.
That's how I'm doing it.
All right. Well, I hope it turns out well in your favor.
Me too. Well, I don't actually have a dog in the hunt today.
I know.
I know
You're
neither
pretty
one
disappointed.
of these two would have been the two I would have picked
Yeah.
going into it.
In my mind, we are here today to have Jefferson's Reserve against Blade and Bow, but we're not.
That's why we play the game.
That's exactly why we played the game. The 3 seeds have risen to the top. I hope everybody out there had a awesome Thanksgiving. Got to spend some time with family, friends. Hopefully you're listening to this, basking in the afterglow and not an awkward argument that popped up.
I was going to say, hopefully they didn't
table.
drive you crazy.
That's what I'm saying. You're always, and since no one really got to do it last year, or at least a big chunk of people,
Yeah.
this year's going to have a lot of pent up, political talk,
Yeah.
vaccine talk. Like this is going to be fun.
Do y'all have like a designated code word for your significant others to about like get me the fuck out of this situation?
I don't, but I like that.
Yeah, I need to work on that.
Mine has always been Boogie Wonderland, just in general.
That's your safe word.
I had a buddy at when I was in college, and whenever my ex-girlfriend would walk in, or even when she was my girlfriend, because you just never knew she
Yeah.
could be coming in just mad as hell, and he'd be like, "It's a Boogie Wonderland down here!" Like he would just scream it out at the party.
Make sure that everybody knows.
And I would hear across the party that it was a Boogie Wonderland, and I'd be like, girl, I'm going to go. I'm going to go
I gotta
over
get
here.
him right here.
I'm going to go
Where's
talk
the
to my buddies.
fastest way out of this basement.
That's
Pronto.
exactly right. But that was always it. And I made the mistake of letting that be known to my boss.
Oh.
That Boogie Wonderland will still to this day kind of just
Yeah.
set
Calls
me
you to
off.
look for the exits.
Yeah, I just kind of look around like,
Yeah.
okay, what's going on? Like I need
You
to
probably
assess the
automatically
situation.
stop doing whatever you're doing, whether it be good, bad, or indifferent.
Whatever
Yeah.
it may be. And then
You're like drinking water at the water fountain. You just stand straight up and look around.
And so then we had like a Zoom national sales meeting, and I had to present like a big old topic. And he's like introducing me, and he's like, "It's gonna be a Boogie Wonderland," and then he hits play, and in the background it's playing the song Boogie Wonderland,
That's hilarious.
and I'm just like, "Oh, dude, what's going on?" Like he found out that it made me panic, so he hooked it up.
That's awesome of him
Appreciate
to do that. Really set you up for success.
At least I know he kind of likes me. Like you don't overtly screw with somebody
Yeah.
unless you like them.
yeah.
It's kind of the way I looked at it.
Yeah. We tell my best friend's younger brother that all the time. Like, if we didn't fuck with you, it would mean that we didn't like you, dude. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's why we pick on you.
like I don't trust people that like don't pick on me.
Oh, yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
be like, what's this shady dude up to?
Why is he so nice?
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
it is weirder when people just ignore you, like you're not even in the room. Like, that's even weirder. Like, I'd rather be busting my chops. Like, hey, what's up with that shirt? I'm like, oh, hey, you do recognize that I'm here.
Yeah, yeah. You make fun of my shirt. I know that you like my shoes.
Yeah.
Something's up for you to feel like you had to tear down
Yeah.
my shirt a little bit. Like hell yeah. Yeah, but that's my code word there. So
I'll lock that one away for
I don't know how to use that one around the Thanksgiving table, though. All this abortion talk. Boogie Wonderland. Boogie Wonderland.
Everyone's just staring at you like, what the fuck is
Somebody
wrong with you?
Boogie Wonderland. Boogie. Shit.
Is there a boogie here to be wondered?
See that new movie trailer for Boogie Wonderland?
Looks good.
Yeah.
Looks good. I don't know. It makes me a little tense. I don't know why. Yeah, but I'm I guess we're recording before Thanksgiving, so we haven't experienced it, but we got the whole crew coming.
Oh, nice.
doing a little hosting this year.
Your parents, her parents.
Yep. So
That'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm psyched because I haven't had everyone together in 2 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at least.
It's gonna be cool. Are y'all going anywhere? Or are you guys here?
Nah, my family's all in town, so I'll be hanging around.
Yeah, I think we're just having my in-laws over and my sister-in-law, and I don't think I'll see any of my family. I think they're all going down to the beach to see my sister, and I think we're going to go to the lake Friday
Nice.
for a night, close it up one last time.
Ah, not nice.
Y'all don't do any winter trips?
We do, but we still I have to winterize it.
Yeah.
So basically, I can still use it, but I can't use any of the water. You
Yeah.
got to go to the bathhouse if you got to go to the bathroom.
Mm.
But we still go down there about once a month.
Behind the telephone pole?
Exactly. You get it.
Boogie Wonderland. Boogie Wonderland. Tap out. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to smoke a turkey. What could go wrong?
Oh, yeah, on your new pellet
Yeah, pretty excited about really kind of putting it out there
Yeah.
for the family on
You
the
got
big
one
stage.
shot at this.
I know.
On
I
the
used,
big
I
stage.
used to
Doing it-
deep fry turkeys, and they
Yeah.
just made me nervous. Like, oh, I'm going to mess it up.
We did last year, Jay and I did, he fried a turkey, and I did a buttermilk brine in an oven turkey to have like two.
Oh, nice.
We just did breast at the house, and just to try it out. It was pretty damn good.
That's what we're having 2 smaller turkeys
I was going to say,
Yeah.
you got a backup plan at least.
because I was like,
Got to have a backup plan.
well, because I was like, I'm not doing wet stuffing. My wife lost it. Of course there's going to be wet stuffing. I was like, no, I'm going to spatchcock this turkey. I'm going to
I don't
Lay
even know
it
what that
flat.
means.
basically you got to take shears
Uh-huh.
and you cut out the backbone. And then you turn that thing over and you
It lays
CPR
flat?
it and
Yeah,
snap
press
that,
it flat.
press that. You
Cooks
break
a whole
that
lot more
breastbone.
evenly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So when you're smoking, you really want to take advantage of that so that you don't
More
have-
surface area.
It keeps everything lower to the grate, so it just
Yeah.
allows for even heat. Because if it's up high, then some of this up here is not getting the same
Yeah.
heat that's down here, and just kind of helps you hedge your bets. So doing that, but then I found out that apparently I can't do the wet stuffing, so the wife was furious and was like, all right, we'll do 2 small turkeys.
So
Everybody
the
still
wet
has to eat
stuffing
6
is the
pounds.
stuffing that
Gets cooked in the
Stick
turkey.
in the cavity.
people
Yeah.
do that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
when you
didn't
want
think people-
salmonella.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't think people, I thought it was all stovetop style now. Like,
I think traditionally people will do
well,
it. in
obviously,
the-
traditionally, you would hunt down the damn turkey and kill it. But, I mean, I thought we were past some of these traditions.
Nope. We still keep the barbaric jam its ass full of
Wet
full of stuffing. and
stuffing.
Let the juices drip into that. Diarrhea.
Sounds great. sounds disgusting.
I had a friend tell me the other day that her favorite side was stuffing. I was like, who rushes to the table for
Yeah.
stuffing?
Apparently, my wife and her brother,
They'd
to
be
the point
best
that
friends.
I got literally like you've lost your mind if we're not doing that. I was like, really? So I was like, all right, then we're gonna have to do 2 small turkeys,
Yeah.
which to me really took the pressure off. So I was
Yeah.
like, thank goodness. 'Cause
Man,
Well, and that'll help smoking. I mean, the smaller the bird, the better. for that.
Probably.
Yeah.
So I was glad to have a little backup help, as I'm sure she is too. Right? I think making the turkey is kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
It is.
Because no matter what else you have on the table, it's the centerpiece. Like it's what
Yeah.
everybody comes for. It's,
Don't screw it up.
Yeah.
People are like, I don't want.
I like ham better.
I'm not a ham guy.
I typically between like turkey and ham by themselves, I like ham better. But I don't like the way that my dad cooks the ham. I think the turkey is a whole lot better.
I like
Um,
deli
ouch.
turkey,
Mm.
like for sandwiches and stuff. But like, I don't like big old chunks of turkey meat. Really.
Yeah. I told somebody today that white meat turkey is better for leftovers and for sandwiches.
Yeah.
And then the dark meat with the skin is really what you want to eat the day of.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I like dark meat all the time. I think
Yeah.
I'm a weirdo.
No, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Dark meat's definitely the better cut.
I think so too, but everyone's like, ew, no,
No,
you gotta
no,
have the
no,
white
no.
meat.
Here's
I'm
my
like,
weirdo take. I don't like gravy.
You're not
so
wrong for that.
a lot of
What?
people.
What?
That's
So if you're going to be smoking this turkey, you don't need even the gravy. You hope it comes out nice and juicy. Like you don't even need any.
I
of
need
that extra
gravy on
flavor.
the mashed potatoes. I need
No,
gravy on all the
no.
stuff.
What you need on mashed potatoes is
No.
butter and cheese and a little
Yep.
bit of bacon.
There you go.
Some garlic if you got that in there.
Yeah, and some rendered down carcass.
I mean, sure, fine.
Little flour in there. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Whisk it up.
A roux.
You guys don't like gravy.
Nah, it's definitely not my favorite.
Nope.
You like sausage gravy
accoutrement.
during breakfast?
Oh yeah, sausage
I don't
gravy over
mess with that
biscuits. Fuck
either.
yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you something weird's going on
It's just
with
like
you.
brown gravy on mashed potatoes. That was never my thing.
So you're not anti-gravy. It's
No.
the type of gravy.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
some people on a Thanksgiving plate will literally just pour the gravy
Oh,
over the
everything.
entire thing.
Yeah.
And I'm more aligned with that weirdo than you weirdos. I think if I
On the
was gonna,
spectrum of
yeah,
0 to 100.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's where I
would
want you. I
fall.
want you on that side.
Yeah, me too. Actually,
Yeah.
you're allowed to come to my Thanksgiving because I know you're not going to touch my gravy.
Yeah, he gets extra gravy out
Yeah.
of it.
So like, I actually would love to have.
He's
you
looking
there.
for ways to increase his gravy intake.
See, I don't want to be surrounded. I don't want to
He'll
be, in
be
some
like,
echo chamber.
Troy, can
Gravy
you bring
lovers.
gravy over?
Yeah, no, I want there to be some people who like different stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be a green bean casserole guy or a gravy guy. If you hate those two things, come on down. Ooh, you said ham?
Yeah.
Welcome to my table, my friend. This is glorious. You got a plate full of all the shit I don't want?
Also, I don't fuck with any of the desserts. Like,
Damn right you don't, man. Get
I
over
was
here.
truly not invited
Yeah.
every single
No
year.
doubt. Dude, you are the
If you had a-
perfect guest.
if you have a cheesecake, I'll have some of that, but I ain't messing
Not
with
my
your pumpkin pie. You can keep your pumpkin pie and all
Pumpkin
that.
pie's trash.
I got an apple crumb pie that's posted up inside.
That's probably okay, but like I just would rather not.
I got a mincemeat pie for you.
Not. I definitely won't go near
No,
that.
nobody
I
wants
don't even know
that.
what the fuck that is.
You know, I
Just
think the only
gross.
time I've ever had apple pie is take this.
When
as-
my wife makes
yes,
it?
that's the better way to say it.
Yeah.
I was
You're-
gonna say your wife's, but I didn't want to get there that way.
Yeah.
It gets a
Well,
little-
your mom.
No, your wife once a year makes an apple pie for everybody out here, and that's I think the
Yeah.
2 and 3 times I've actually had, and it's good.
She makes a mean apple
Yeah,
pie.
she really does.
That
This
was
year-
delicious.
But
This
you
year
know,
had less
people do
cinnamon
it
than
with
last year.
cheese on it, which sounds just awful.
Oh, like the slice
A
of
slice of American cheese on the top of it.
Whoa, what? That's
You've
not
never
even,
heard that?
Yeah.
That's like super popular. I guess in the South, maybe.
I think you see it at a lot of like diners. They'll
Yeah.
do it.
No.
Yeah.
I have
Oh.
never seen someone put a slice of American cheese on a piece of apple pie.
Yep.
That's not even cheese. It's just
Well,
processed oils.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's try and find a picture for you. 'cause
This
it-
is real?
It's yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
But you don't. Oh, what the? Yeah.
I mean, I think it kind of matches that savory, salty, sweet. Kind of checks all the boxes for that. but
Oh yeah, no. The person on the other side of that plate is in shape.
I would like to know like where the demographics for that land. Like, who's the person that really championing?
Yeah.
that?
I got so many things to say. I'm just gonna try to. I'm gonna try to keep it to myself. I was about to get rude.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, who looks at that and goes, you know what it's missing?
Fake cheese.
Yeah, processed cheese flavored stuff.
Like I'm so disappointed.
Well, the good news is you don't have to eat it.
No, but you know what? All right, so you don't offend me. Like I want you at my house, not eating my turkey, not eating my gravy.
Now, I'll eat
You know-
turkey, but I won't like maul it. Like,
Yeah, but
it
I'm
won't
saying
be-
you're just gonna nibble here
Yeah.
and there. You're not chasing after the good dessert. But if you put a piece of American cheese on, now we have an issue. Like I don't,
yeah.
I don't know that
Now-
I want you at my table.
Yeah,
That's
now you're
weird.
gone.
Now you're like questioning your sensibilities.
The whole thing's weird.
Oh, great! I invited a serial killer to my house.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like
Where did you hide the bodies?
you're gonna show up with a Jello mold or some horrible Jello,
Yeah.
and then like some just slices of American cheese, for dessert.
Yeah.
To drape over top of the Jello mold.
Speaking of weird desserts, have you seen or heard? Now, I don't grocery shop. I heard about this on the radio.
Never been to a grocery store in my life.
The mac and cheese flavored ice cream they're making now.
Oh yes,
This is the thing.
I have seen
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Where can I
bunch of
pick
places
this
are
up?
doing it, but there's one place in Brooklyn in particular that that sells it in the pints that I've seen here in stores.
Hold on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A hipster came up with this?
Wait, what?
This doesn't add up for a second.
See if it's the same one I'm thinking of, but
Would you even go near that?
Yes. I don't think I'm going to like it,
Yeah.
but I got to know. Because that just sounds interesting. I got to know. I
Yeah.
got to know. Yeah,
I would.
that one-
I would try it
Yeah, that's something I.
because I like.
so it has the same like powder orange, like straight out of the Kraft mac and cheese blue box look to it. But yeah, it's this place Van Leeuwen's up in Brooklyn.
I would try it.
I've got to
I just-
try
I
it.
can't.
but
I can't imagine.
I'll
like
bring some over because I think I saw it at Stella's over in West Hampton.
I want to pick some up too because I got a kid that is like hardcore mac and cheese.
Oh
head.
yeah. Well, if you have a kid, you have a kid that's a
Especially-
hardcore mac and cheese.
But I would like to
Specifically-
not tell her what it is. Be
Yeah.
like, hey, I got you some ice cream.
Yeah.
Just hand it to her. And just see her face explode, her head explode.
Did
What?
you
Yeah.
specifically like Kraft Blue Box, or is it just mac and cheese in general?
Not for years. Now she likes it, but she used to literally go to we'd be at the restaurant. She'd be like, "I'd like the mac and cheese." Oh wait, is it Kraft? And they'd be like, they don't know what to say. 'cause-
Yeah, they're like, "What
So-
do you want me to say, kid?"
So some of them would be like, "Yep," be like, "I'll have the sea bass."
Of the fillet, medium rare,
That's
with
always it.
asparagus on the side.
What's
was
this
always it.
surf and turf market price mean? I don't know. I'll take 2 of those.
And that was it. Like I would like, please don't say Kraft. Please don't say Kraft. Like Kraft, Striper.
Does any restaurant actually serve Kraft mac and cheese though?
It's just
Like,
it
I
means
feel
it's
like
the
they do
little
this-
noodle that's the yellow. If it's
Yeah.
a dry packet,
yeah,
they
yeah.
know to answer yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or we're
'Cause I
either
feel like
home making.
restaurants are probably more like the Stofers, like
Yeah.
that particular extra creamy. I feel like is what you see.
I would
in most
agree.
Restaurants.
You get a lot of kids mac and cheese will be a powder based
Interesting.
situation.
Keeps forever.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
just
It's super easy to whip up. too.
Yeah.
Have you seen? There's videos now. TikTok's been so great for recipe development, and I don't even have a
isn't that
TikTok.
the truth?
But
I heard Gordon Ramsay say that.
but you see,
Yeah, you did.
but you see so
I'm
many
learning
people.
so much.
So many people now are just finding new hacks for food, and the thing now is that you don't even have to actually make the noodles separately. They just tell you to pour the milk and the powder and the noodles all into the same pot and just cook it there. So you don't,
Boil it.
yeah,
Is-
you effectively just
yeah.
cook everything in the same pot. Like you don't boil the noodles separately and then drain them out and then do it back in together.
Huh.
This can't work.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be too soupy?
I would think it wouldn't be soupy enough because you're talking about you don't put the 8 cups of water in that you boil and then
Well, you drain
them.
all that off anyway. All you have to do is find a way to cook the noodles. So it's no different than if you were to take.
Yeah,
But it's only like
it's like
1/4
a
cup of
quarter of a
milk.
cup of milk, so it wouldn't be enough.
Maybe
to,
there's a little bit of water in there. I
See,
don't know.
so we
Watch
both
the
look
video.
at that.
Yeah.
Couple guys who've been around a box of eggs.
Yeah.
I go, it's 1/4 because
Yeah.
it's a quarter of a cup. We know what we're talking about here.
But no, the point of it is to say that the new hack now is you don't even have to cook it separately, just all in the same pot.
Some hacks we don't need.
I guess.
I got a slice of American cheese and a piece of apple pie. Die.
I like. Yeah.
That's a little extreme.
I like.
Kill.
I do like my Kraft a little bit runny though.
I'm the other way.
You'd rather have it drier?
I literally take it, I make it 2-spec, then I take it off
Two-spec?
then I put it in the fridge,
Oh no!
I let it-
no,
I let
no,
it
no.
cool
you
down
let
a
it
little bit,
Yield.
and then I put it in the microwave,
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
and I eat it.
You are. That is blasphemous.
Blasphemous until you try it. That's the
No,
best.
the blue box Kraft is only good the night of, because the moment it goes into the fridge,
Yeah,
you gotta
it
reheat it the
changes.
next
No, but see, I'm
day.
not doing a full cool down. I'm doing a 15-minute in the fridge, then I'm reheating it for 30 seconds, and it takes a little of that creamy out. I just like to
That's
I like to take the edge off, and then I stick a slice of apple pie in there.
I bet the Kraft mac and cheese over top of apple pie would be good as hell.
You probably just created a $15 plate at some hipster
Yep.
fucking diner right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sell that idea. That one's gonna work.
I want the mac and apple.
The apple mac.
Yeah, it's so good.
Kraft apple pie.
Apple pie.
Yeah, that's about it. That's about it.
We'll get there.
Oh, I gotta apologize to some listeners this week.
You don't have to.
No, I do.
Are there any worth apologizing to?
Those people who own Android devices, yes, I owe an apology.
Oh, did it blow up?
Man, so last week I was explaining to people that you can call upon whatever assistant you have, whatever AI is on your phone, say play, and then mumble into it, and it'll just
Could you
find
demonstrate
a song.
real quick?
No, I will
Yeah.
never.
What,
do that
what words
again.
would you say?
You'd say something like, "Hey
Darn.
Google."
I don't want no part of it, man. No part of it. My phone literally had seizures. Like I had to go to headphones because when I was letting it play into the world, it would hear the command. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden my phone would go, "Oh, stop what you're doing. Everybody listen up. We have a command coming." And then I was like, oh, I did this to everybody who's in their car.
Yeah.
It's so crazy that your phone doesn't recognize that the command is coming from itself.
Well, it might have been worse because it was
your
my voice,
yeah,
which my phone's been trained
to hear your voice.
And it was just like, we are so happy that
Yeah.
you're calling us out. And I'm like, I'm not saying anything. And then it just kept happening.
The guy in China watching your thing spike on that day was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
He is asking Google for a lot of different
Yeah.
things right now.
Tune in. Lots of intel.
Yeah.
Lots of intel coming out of Richmond right now.
Yeah, there's another podcast I listen to where the guy in the background, every single week, he has his Alexa go off, and he's just constantly like, shut up, Alexa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every single week. But he didn't even say, like, they don't talk about that. They talk
Yeah.
about football stuff. And so I don't know how it picks up. It's just
Because it's always
something
listening.
he says.
His is just
triggers
uber
it.
sensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, mine was messing me up, man. I don't know if you guys noticed, but a mustache just walked in the door.
I did.
See that
Felt the
mustache
chill
over
in the
there?
air.
The chill in the air, and then there's just a devilish stash just floated across my floor.
When you hear this, we will be 1 week away from the Stash Bash.
What's the stash bash, Troy?
The Stash Bash is our end of the year celebration where everyone dresses up in costume and we have live music.
Who's us?
M4K.
Oh.
You have to know who M4K is, m4krichmond.org.
I've heard of it. Tell me more.
That's why the four of us all have silly mustaches right now.
So what do these mustaches do?
What?
Yeah. You thought you just woke up with that awesome thing?
I just was growing a mustache.
Just every
Sounds like there's
November.
more
just,
to it
yeah.
right now.
Lee, ticket.
So M4K Richmond.
I'm not going to attempt to do
I
the.
love it. We're just passing the buck.
It's every week somebody
That's
else.
how you know this is the fourth time we're running it. We're like, you do it. You do it.
So M4K Richmond, founded in 2003 here in Richmond, raises money for children's charities such as the Children's Hospital of Richmond, Ask Childhood Cancer Foundation, Cameron
Look
K.
at you.
Gallagher
Look at
Foundation,
you.
Friends Association, Richmond Friends of the Homeless, Feed More, and many more.
And scan?
Scans in there also.
That's the
You
way.
got the one. Damn.
Yeah! He was busting my chops last
Well,
week.
at
I
least
thought I
the-
had all of them,
In
too.
Lee's defense, it's a living, breathing thing. Different charities.
Every year we hit a lot of ones. And yeah, so this year I think we got like 120 growers, 125, something like that.
I think
151.
Oh, is that what it is? Nice.
I think
hadn't
we're
seen it.
down.
We
are a
down.
little bit down this year. We actually have 50 guys who have signed up this year who haven't even raised any money yet.
A dollar.
We would like to know who you are. And
Yeah.
we would like to help you out with that. And
Oh, not beat them about the face and
not
neck with a
yet.
baseball bat?
Not yet.
I like how he's doing
Oh,
it. He's
okay.
over here like, we'd like to know who you are so we can lend a hand. And you're over here like, yeah, I'm going to staple your mouth shut. And I'm
Blood makes the mustache grow.
like, what the hell, Troy?
Certain people operate off different motivations.
I
Lee's
see
got
that.
doing his way. I'm doing my way.
Yeah.
Good cop, bad cop over
Yeah,
here. Good stash,
exactly.
bad
Just
stash.
there you go.
Bad cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
But
So-
no, it's a great organization. It is something that every year I look forward to a whole lot more than some other people, I think.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Yeah.
it's fun.
Did
as-
you look at me? Is
Yeah.
that what you
He
looked
looked directly at you.
But no, it is fun. And so next week, the Stash Bash is our annual get-together where we'll have everybody show up at Triple Crossing. And usually people show up in mustache-themed costumes of all sorts.
But anybody who has donated to
Yeah.
M4K is welcome to
Friends
come to
and
the
family
party
of the
and
program.
try just to, come, support, have a good time. It is always fun.
It's a
to say
good
the
time.
least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got a good story about M4K and quote-unquote Movember and a switch. So I'm standing at the brewery this evening, and one of the owners walks in. One of the, you don't see him quite as often, but he comes in, he's got a full mustache. And I look at him, he looks at me, and he's like, just shakes his head. And I said, you doing the same thing? You doing M4K? He's like, no, I'm doing Movember, helping my son
That's
out who's
good
raising
too.
raising
For prostate,
money.
right? Prostate cancer.
Yeah, and he said, I'm helping my son out who's in college, who's, had to start back in October because he's only 20 and he can't grow a mustache, so I'm growing it for him. I'm like growing with him.
So he's a surrogate almost.
Right, almost. But I said, well, I'm doing M4K, and I explained the whole M4K with him, and he was like, yep, I am switching over. Next year, I'm with you guys. I'm going to join the
Oh,
team.
you
Nice.
He pulled out, I got a little QR code sitting on the front of the bar, and he's pulled it out
we
and
could use
donated. And
prostate cancer is a pretty
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
deal too. Like I'm never anti like Movember guys.
Yeah, but
they're
no.
cool too. Their mustaches look a little weirder.
But they don't have any guidelines because he's rocking the mustache with the little soul patch right in
Yeah.
the middle. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you
Out-
donate?
Out of compliance.
He scanned my little QR code right there.
Nice.
Thanks to Lee hooking that up,
Yeah.
and it came in pretty nice. So
Yeah, we
he
gotta-
donated, and
We got a great team, a great big team this year, almost 20 guys, and we've raised over $22,000 thus far.
Yeah, just saw it
Getting
tonight,
there.
over 22K.
And we're looking to get over that 25K hump.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Got a bunch of granders. For those that don't know, if you raise $1,000, you're considered a grander. That's kind of your first stepping stone. And then there's other ones, 2,500, 5,000, 10,000. But getting everybody over that first hump to being a grander is kind of a big deal. And I think we're sitting at 10.
Yeah, 10 of our 19.
Yeah,
We just
with
got number 10 this afternoon, I think.
Couple more right there on the cusp. So,
and we're still short of our personal goals. I mean, not everybody, but some people are short of the personal
Yes.
goals. And if we just make our personal goal, we'll be rocking through the roof.
yeah, I was going to say, go look up, go to m4krichmond.org, look up our team inside the Pallet House, find somebody who's getting close to $1,000 and throw them 10, 20 bucks. And, you know, the best thing about this organization that you can't say for all of them, all these charities, is 100% of your funds go to the charity. There's nothing taken off the top.
Yeah, we were lucky that we got some really great sponsors that helped take care of some really sweet swag that we got. The shirts, the one that you're wearing right now from last year is
yeah.
one of my favorite ones. It's our logo and it's got the
mask
surgical
on it,
mask
yeah.
over top. And it actually doubles as a mask too
Yep,
on the
you can
bottom.
flip it
up, which was an awesome part we added. But yeah, the sponsors really help us out to make sure that everything that's donated goes directly to these charities.
And it's a tax write-off.
Yep.
So if you want to donate a few $100,
That's what I'm talking about.
you
Write
get a
that
receipt.
off.
a
and
few
you get
thousand,
to, whatever.
Let's get up there. 4 or 5 digits.
Yeah.
Come on, people.
Let's go.
Like this attitude.
If
Hell
you don't,
yeah.
Troy will come hunt you down and beat your ass with a baseball bat.
No, not them. The people that haven't raised $1 yet, we have a beef.
Well, we got their $20, so that's in there.
Well, yeah, but still, I'd rather have their $1,000.
Yeah, absolutely. Now that's always the goal.
I just don't see the point in signing up for something than not doing something.
Yeah, it's just,
I see the point in just not doing something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Be careful what you say.
Why?
You might offend somebody that's close to you.
Okay. Ely.
Whoa,
You're
you're
not-
throw it out there.
You $20 on the board.
Come on, big guy.
There you go. What
Miss
am I-
you.
He's not listening.
True. That's true that.
The funny thing is, his wife.
We'll hit him up.
His wife will be like, Ely.
His cousin's a huge fan of ours. She's listening. Get on it.
Yeah. No, there are
yeah.
there are definitely the family.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe he's listening. He's got a lot going on in his life. Now he's backpedaling. Look at me, man.
Yep.
I can't
You're the
even
softy
stick to
of the
my
bunch,
guns,
for sure.
dude. What the hell? God.
He's a busy man right now.
Yeah, but he could have just not signed up and thrown us each $20 and called it
Maybe
a
he
day.
still will.
He still
Maybe.
might watch him come through in the clutch.
We'll see.
Yeah, you guys don't count him out.
You're the one throwing him under the bus. I told you to watch your tongue.
Bro, I'm driving the bus. You're
And
throwing.
you throwing him under.
You're throwing. I'm just driving around.
You're driving over him is what you're saying.
Just driving around in my mustache bus.
Troy's gonna put it in reverse.
We do need a mustache bus to
love.
drive
That's-
everybody to the
Dude, we
Stash
do.
Bash. That'd be sick.
That would be awesome.
The stash bus, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big
down
stash
for
on the
that.
front of the grill.
Can you
Who's-
buy one of those?
No.
Yeah, trade one of your vehicles in on it.
I'm actively looking at another vehicle.
I know. You're always actively looking for another vehicle.
There is some truth to that. But I think yeah, we'll talk about it later. Let's see if it comes through. I got
high hopes for you.
So do I. Big hopes. It doesn't always happen. I find oftentimes I dream
Are you in the used market?
always.
Yeah.
I will never.
Yeah.
The things he buys new. Yeti.
Yeah.
Solo stoves.
Yep.
Yeah, if I'm going to spend
Flamethrowers.
exorbitant
Yeah.
amounts of money, it's going to be on crap.
Skateboards.
Not
Yeah.
something I need like my car.
Yeah.
That's
the
gonna
used
be
things,
super used.
soundboards,
Yes.
cars.
Yeah, stuff I
Yeah.
need. If I don't need it, oh man, I'm going brand new.
Yeah, the stuff he uses day to day,
Yeah.
that's used.
Yeah.
The toys, they're brand new.
You know what day I like to shop?
What?
The day before Black Friday.
Yeah.
That's when they
That's
jack.
Thursday, right?
Yeah, on Thanksgiving when they jack all the prices up.
That's
I
when
am
you go.
online shopping, so
Yeah.
they can bring the price back down to what it was on Black Friday. I know what you're up to, but see, I got the trick. I buy it on Thursday. I pay $6.99 for that $5.99 thing the next day.
Beating the system.
Beating the system.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, it's how you let
can't
everybody know
not
you're
take
better
my
than
money.
them.
That's right. How much do you pay for that?
As
Most
a dude
people
to be
brag
poor.
about deals.
Yeah. Not you.
Oh man, that makes me trying to find the right price for stuff. Like I remember when I was little, that didn't have money all the time. Parents working hard, but one Christmas,
No, that was like a
no seriously
casual shade.
It was one Christmas. We got
Presents?
We got pictures. We got pictures or cutouts from the Kmart like magazine of everything we were going to get.
Oh, because it was on layaway.
No, we just was going to wait till after the first of the year to buy it because the prices go down tremendously.
That's awful.
No, that's brilliant.
That is awful.
No, I really do. Like
Yeah,
I
'cause
get
you-
the hunting for deals.
You don't want your kids to enjoy Christmas Day.
I give them one Lego and go imagine the house.
Imagine what you could build with the rest of these.
I'm giving you one Lego per day. At the end of the year, you'll have 365. You'll be able to build that land cruiser,
That's it.
the land speeder.
Lego Advent. Oh, God.
Just imagine what you could build in 2 years' time.
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
I saw a dude had posted a picture of his Halloween costume the other day, and he was dressed up like a Lego. And he said, "I'm tired of these motherfuckers stepping on me in life. I'm gonna get them back."
Can't hate on that.
The old Lego, stepping on Lego.
I can't remember what they said was the best time of the year to buy Christmas stuff. And it's not like anywhere near
Like
Black Friday.
gifts
March.
or like
No,
Christmas
like-
stuff?
Pretty sure
like-
it's the 23rd or 24th.
No, for best
Yeah.
pricing. It's
Well,
not.
I think it depends too what you're buying, because like
Yeah.
every category of retail thing has its kind of like ideal time.
I tell you.
Well, there's
and-
always that like 5 hot toys that like
Yeah.
you
those
can't
you just
find.
need to get.
Yeah.
Just get them when you can.
or don't even attempt.
But like Nectar Sunglasses right now has like an extended Black Friday deal. It's stupid good.
Nice.
Like I don't even know if using Bowflex will get you 20% off of that, but if it does, they might have to send you money.
Sean's just writing checks to people.
Yeah, it's like okay, and
Merry Christmas.
15 cents and a pair of sunglasses.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened, but here you go, and free shipping.
That's
We'll-
awesome.
We'll make money next year, guys.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, I saw those deals. I was like, oh man, I might have to. Like, I need another pair of Nectars. Like-
Well, if you get a new car, you're going to need at least 2 pairs. I
Yeah.
think.
Oh snap! You're absolutely right.
You're welcome.
Bear Mountains, here I come. Yet
I don't
again.
even. I hate Christmas shopping. I try not to do any
Have
of
you
it.
done any of it yet?
I usually don't do any of it.
Haven't
I buy my
done
wife
any.
something. That's it.
Yeah, that's your responsibility.
Yeah, everybody else can get fucked or she can take care of it.
So
Yeah.
I shouldn't be expecting mine anytime soon.
No, no, do not.
I don't.
You're enjoying it right now. You're in his presence.
That's right. My presence replaces my presence.
Boom. That's
Is that
not a
my-
hominin though, because it's spelled different, right? Yeah, so it's not.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It just sounds funny.
I don't know what that technical
I
definition.
think it is a homonym, right? If it's
Present. Well,
Homonym should
sounds
be,
the same but is different words.
but if the spelling's different, it's still a homonym.
Aren't all things spelled different?
presence has got a
I don't
T
think
in
so.
it, and
Yes.
your presence is requested. It doesn't.
Oh, there's got to be some smarter listener out there.
God damn it.
Oh, he's just gonna Google it.
You
Fair
think
enough.
we have smart listeners
Oh yeah.
in China?
Every time
think-
I come over here, when I like get home, and then the next day I'm looking at my Google Chrome, I'm always like, "What are all of these tabs that are open?" It's the most
What are
random
these
search
things I'm searching for?
Yeah, you're just basically just stuck in the vortex that is our thinking, and it doesn't. It's not great.
Yeah, all right. So
Yeah.
a homonym is each of 2 or more words having the same spelling or pronunciation but different meanings.
Boom. See, I was right. It's not technically a homonym.
Yeah. dude.
Okay, we've ruined my one-off joke.
No, it was
Where-
great.
where
Well,
we
it's
going
still a
from here?
pun. It's still a pun. I
It was a
guess.
mic drop.
What's the definition of that?
Homophones are words that sound the same but aren't spelled the same. So presence and presence.
Yeah, so you're more of a homophone guy.
Always have been.
I'm more of a homonym.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
You need
to
seek-
each their own.
each
Yeah,
their own.
you need to seek help for that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah. Well, I'm a bit of a what's yours? I already forgot.
Homophone,
Yeah.
homonym.
I'm a homophonist.
I'm
I'm kind of anti you guys. I'm more of a pro hominin. That's where I stand.
That's where I draw my allegiance.
Yeah, that's right. Gotta put this line in the sand.
Yeah, you two are the same, just different spellings.
Yeah, you're a homophone guy.
Homophone.
Riveting pod, guys.
Welcome to
Hilarious.
For all the-
vocab vocation.
For all the English teachers out there listening, thank you.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of
There
English
is.
teachers are listening onto this.
Honestly, we've got a handful of teachers.
Yes, we do.
It may be a small contingency,
Sorry.
but there really is like
And they're disappointed in us.
They're screaming at us.
Yeah.
they'd be disappointed if we didn't get to the bottom of it. If
Yeah.
we didn't make an effort. All a teacher wants
We
is
have
you
that
to try.
curiosity.
That's what I'm saying. The curiosity
Inside
matters.
the science house.
We are inside the science house.
Oh.
Welcome to inside the science house, where I've proven that you can leave a hamburger out on a bar for 8 hours and reheat it in a microwave with no ill effects outside of
Yes.
mild bloating.
Weren't you saying earlier how much you felt like shit today?
That's what I said. It's mild bloating.
I don't know if that was the burger.
I don't know what it was.
The burger of the 17,000
Yeah.
beers.
One of them might have been bad.
Wait, you're
I
on,
don't know.
I thought you were only on
Oh,
number.
I
thought you were
What
on number
did you have a Malort yesterday?
I think I did or didn't.
I saw
I
because
don't know.
we did see the plumber take the largest Malort
no.
pull I've ever seen in my life.
I was trying to be gentle. I hand him a cup. I go, I'll let you pour it. Because I didn't want to
Yeah.
I don't like to assume how much
Yeah.
Malort somebody wants.
Yeah.
He just filled a
He
glass.
just
Yeah.
kept going.
Yeah.
I was worried he was going to go all the way to the top, honestly.
It was like-
I thought he was going to think that
It
And
was
he
just like
shot it.
It was 2 fingers, 2.5 fingers of Malort.
easily.
Well, I see.
Oh,
I
two
see
fingers.
the.
No. It was
3 fingers?
probably closer to 3 fingers of Malort.
It was up there.
And it was the first time we'd ever seen a single Malort taken. Because that's never happened.
Yeah, usually it's like,
It's a
oh,
group
if you,
thing.
if you do it.
Yeah.
Nope.
Somehow you avoided it.
Brilliant. So maybe I didn't have any Malort yesterday.
who had the bourbon Malort, or who had the Jepson's bourbon?
I did bring out the other bottle of bourbon that's been opened and replaced it. So
Did somebody open the bourbon yet?
no, see, I had a bottle inside that was already open.
Oh, okay.
You can see I've tasted it once.
Yeah.
One mixed drink down.
It's so good that you're saving it, right?
Precisely.
Saving it for friends.
Exactly.
Like, when your daughters get married,
Yeah.
their first grandchildren's, like those kinds
Stuff
of
like
things.
that.
Lee, you got to come back over when he
Exactly
when
right.
He, when he has a steak au jus sauce to go with the Malort. It's really good.
Yeah, he and I literally. Oh, wait, I didn't. mean to-
Hola. Adios.
I didn't even hit that intentionally.
Yeah.
Producing.
Yep.
Best
Did
producer
y'all-
in the land.
Did y'all get involved in the big ABC bourbon Saturday this past week?
I tried
weekend?
to.
Dude, it was crazy. Like, people were lined up like 11 o'clock the night before, and it was like
Sort of heard. I was out of town.
in the 20s of degrees outside.
It was cold as hell. And,
Why would you do that?
For one bottle of bourbon. You only get one
you
bottle
get one
of bourbon.
bottle.
well,
Take a page out of homeless guys. Walk in there, get something, and walk out.
Yes.
Like, it'll work.
Bend over, go towards the bottom.
Yeah, pick anything off the shelf,
Yeah.
leave, enjoy your day.
I think with some of the ones that were being released, and we talked a little bit about it yesterday, but some of these guys do legitimately just buy the bottle to then sell on secondhand.
That's what I was
markets and
thinking. It's
things.
got to be the
There, I
secondhand
could
market.
I could almost see the value in that. Like, I'm going to camp out because it's worth $500 for me to
Okay,
camp
so
out.
you're going to camp out. You're going to
Waste
give
your entire
12, 14 hours of your day.
night, lose
freezing
3
cold.
toes to frostbite.
Yeah.
For $500?
For $500. Let's say $500. You do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's if I don't have anything to do, $500.
I wouldn't sit anywhere for 12 hours, much less in the freezing cold for $500.
Yeah, I think every single one of those bottles that they had for the Virginia APC limited release, all of those could sell for at least 3-4 times of what the price value is. Face value. For
If
it.
you could get 2 or 3, it'd be a lot more worth it. But
Yeah.
it was I've never seen Virginia ABC do this. Usually, it's just like they
This-
say, okay, we're either gonna have a lottery or okay, these are the bottles that are showing up at this particular store on that day. This was a full blown. Every single store in Virginia got rare bottles all at once.
Yeah, so
I'd
this
never
is
seen
actually
that.
the second time they did it. They did it last year. Last year they did it during the weekday, which was enough of a clusterfuck. So they said, how we can make this worse is if we do it on a Saturday
Yeah.
when nobody
Brilliant.
has anything else to do.
They should have done it on Black Friday.
Really should. I
Yeah.
think actually they do have Black Friday sales.
yeah.
But then it would have been funny because then you get like those guys can no longer make fun of all those schmucks that are doing that
Yeah,
Black
yeah.
Friday stuff. They're like,
yeah.
yeah, we feel you.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So it's the frustrating part to me is that they basically get all of these bottles throughout the year, and then they sit on them for an entire year, and then they say, okay, well, we're going to distribute them out randomly across the state. Every store is going to get something. You don't know what.
Yeah.
You're going to get one of these 6 or 7 bottles, whatever, and there's going to be 20 or 25 bottles at each store, and you're going to have people line up, and they can get one bottle. That's it. You can walk in, you can get
Which
your
is
one.
fair because you don't want some schmuck buying all 25
absolutely.
because he was there first.
Totally.
True.
And that's the one shred of logical sense within all of this that I can agree with.
But you had 25 dudes
Yeah.
by midnight at like every store in a metropolitan area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jay and I went to the one closest to us that's out in the country, and we're like, all right, if we go by 8
That's
or
the
so,
move. That's the move. Go out in
should
the
be
country.
okay.
Yeah.
And we showed up at 8, and there were already 25 people in line. And whether they showed up at the night before, whether they showed up that morning, there was one camper in the parking lot. So like
Wow.
somebody clearly, I don't know,
Staked out,
swapped
yeah.
off with somebody or whatever. I don't know, but
All 25 guys hanging out together.
yeah, it
Yeah.
might have been.
But
But
got there the day
it's-
before.
It is frustrating for somebody. Like there are bottles that I would like to have that I don't want to pay the markups for, and it'd be great to be able to have the opportunity to get some of these things.
If only there was a podcast that would go out of their way to focus on bottles that are readily available
That's true.
in a Virginia
Yeah.
ABC store. That would be a podcast I'd listen to.
Yeah.
For real.
If only there was one. So
So I was out up in the
continue.
mountains, and we got up early, and we went out and grabbed breakfast, and then it was like, oh man, it's getting close to 10. So we rode by the nearest liquor store, and there were 20 some people out there. So by the time we got there, it was too late. But we passed the second one, so we rode past the second one, and line wasn't long. So the three of us just jumped in line, and I got number 17. And I didn't even know what they had. I'd seen the list, but I didn't know like what it was. And
How far in advance did they let people know they were doing this, though?
a month or two.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was pretty well publicized for it as to what they were going to do, and they listed out what 11 different bottles that they were going to have, so like you could know exactly what you wanted to find. But the caveat
But you
to
didn't
that
know
is
what it was.
You didn't know what was going to be
Yeah.
at that store until the day before. You could go by, and they posted like an 8.5 by 11 page saying this store got check. These
Oh, they
4
did do
bottles.
that.
Yeah. So each store kind of had posted what they could have. So theoretically, you could have gone on Friday, seen that Powhatan had this, Mannequin Sabbath had this, or whatever the deal is. But until you went to the store to see that, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, so we didn't know what they had at ours. I was 17 in line, got up there. By the time I got up there was a bunch of the Green Label Weller and then 2 bottles of E.H. Taylor. And I didn't know what E.H. Taylor was. I'd never had it. I had the Wellers. And since there were less E.H. Taylors, I was like, well, that's probably going to be the harder to find one. So I just snatched that bottle up for $60. So now I actually did it. I've done one of those things. I
Yeah.
didn't have to. I waited 10 minutes in line, so I
Yeah.
feel like I won like 2 lotteries.
That's a perfectly fair way
Yeah.
to do it, though.
Yeah, you definitely got the best of experience possible
Yeah.
out of that. And I told you yesterday when we were talking about it, E.H. Taylor is one of my favorite bourbons out there. Their small batch runs at $40, and it's impossible to find. And it
Wow.
is smooth, easy to drink, just a fantastic bourbon top to bottom.
Well, tonight, they're easy to find.
This is true. So while we're on the quick topic of rare bourbons, though, I do want to give a shout out to M4K. What we're doing right now, which obviously will be in the past by the time you guys listen to this,
Good pod.
but we are doing a
oh, this is
bourbon-
cool though.
a bourbon raffle for every $100 that our growers raise between 9 a.m. Tuesday morning and I think 12 p.m. on Wednesday. You'll get one ticket.
Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, you'll get one.
Not Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yes, sorry. You'll get one ticket to into a bourbon raffle, and we've had some sponsors and as well as some other growers donate some really nice bottles of bourbon into this. So
Yeah,
if you wanna-
M4K guys like their bourbon, and they know good bourbon.
Yeah. So if you want to try and find some of these nice bourbons, a way to do that next year is become a grower and
Get in on the raffle.
absolutely.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I was late to the podcast because of the turkey and the family and everything that was going on today.
Yes, you're living in the future. So tonight,
The final.
we are finally here.
Finally.
We are at the grand finale, the championship round. From 18 bottles of bourbon,
16?
reduced down to 16?
Was it 16?
I don't know. It was just,
No, it was 18 because it was 6 rounds of 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was 18.
Ha-ha. Look at all the math.
Boom.
From 18 bottles of bourbon, we have distilled it down
I see what you
to
did.
2 bottles.
You got to have something for that, right? The moment's passed now.
Yeah, I got this one for you.
Oh no! Someone peed in my pants!
Yeah,
It's not the one I was looking for, but
yeah, that's,
Try 18 different bourbons. It has been a long couple months. And here we are at the finish line with 2 bourbons that I did not anticipate to rise to the top because they fall well under our $60 max.
Lee might have projected one of these.
yeah,
Lee projected the Four Roses single barrel from the beginning because he and Jay both actually swear by this bourbon as their go-to.
For over a year, they've been
Preaching it.
They've been preaching it, and we've seen them bring it over here and drink it like it's their go-to.
Absolutely.
at $45, hard to beat.
We'll find that out tonight.
By a cheaper, lesser brand.
A Wild Turkey,
Wild Turkey
brand.
Distillery of Russell's 10-year.
Which, let's be honest, gross.
I'm gonna just
Coming in at $37. Could you imagine?
37. When
only
you have
spending-
all the way to 60,
37's
and we end up with a $37 of Russell's Reserve. Is there anything special about this? The
Yeah,
10 year.
So it is a
Russell
10-year.
Reserve 10 year and the Four Roses single barrel have battled it out, both falling in the sub 50 range.
Yeah.
Unexpected guys to have here at the end at the finish line. And I'm very excited.
Well, while you've been talking, I've been sipping, and this is a tough one.
Oh, I'm anticipating a
This is
very
tough.
difficult.
Yeah.
A very difficult.
This could
bet.
easily be a tie, unfortunately, with the 4 people and, only being 2.
Yeah.
This could easily be a tie.
That's why I'm going to try it once neat, make a decision.
Yeah. I'm mixing up my strategy here a little bit and doing neat first, and then
I want to have a neat number, my big number, but if I need a tiebreaker, I can go back to my neat number. See, that's science, kind of.
I
Also
really want
offering
to.
a chip in between.
I really
want
wanna try that,
Your palate up.
That Jefferson's Ocean that we keep talking about, but that was $80, and I could not bring myself to pull the trigger.
No,
60's the most I've ever spent on a bottle.
really,
Yep.
I think
No,
that's
Ed-
why we went with that.
Anything?
it'd be worth picking it up sometime and let that be the one that you stash around.
Yeah.
But that one, of all bourbons, of everything that we talk about, like variability, bottle to bottle, year to year,
Oh, that's got to vary.
that one is one of the ones that is exceptionally variable from year to year because what they do, I mean, I think we've talked about it before, but throw it in a barrel, put it on a ship, send it around the world, basically. So heat, salt, air, rocking up and down, all of that stuff, just constantly mixing that up.
Everyone's
Just
different.
Every single one of them is different.
Every barrel on that boat is
Yeah,
different
theoretically, yeah.
because it's in different parts of the boat and different rocking, different amount of humidity getting to it.
I like how you mix in the word stash
Yeah.
with your bourbon.
You do have a similar setup in your rick house in like a distillery. So in terms
Yeah.
of like higher up gets a little more heat and things like that.
Yeah, that
Lower to
makes
the bottom's
sense.
cooler, but yeah, generally speaking, to have that much variability is surprising in bourbons because you want consistency. Just like
Yeah.
in a fast food restaurant, you want consistency. That's why.
But you got to think that Ocean's. I mean, no other bourbon gets moved like that.
no,
I
nothing
mean,
that I know of.
yeah.
Nobody subjects their bourbons to that kind of thrashing up and down.
They just turn them. They turn the barrels.
Yeah, of
But
course.
not.
Yeah,
It's
most
not like
just-
riding on a ship.
Most just let it soak.
Yeah.
Oh, soaking.
I like that if you throw a term out like soak. You guys are saying thrashing up and down. So I just threw out a little soak term and
So you're saying you'd rather soak than thrash?
just saying.
If you're
everyone's got
making a
different
soaking
technique.
joke,
Are you familiar with soaking, Troy?
I was not until this past weekend when my buddy
Uh-oh.
used the term
Careful.
soaking, and we were like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, soaking.
I learned a lot.
Would you like to describe it for us?
It's a
I would not.
It's a non-sin.
I think the
Yeah.
audio dreamboat is the only person possible
Yeah.
to
It
describe.
sounds like it's Brendan's move.
Because who's been in the
I
news
just learned
about
about
that
it.
Somebody's been in the news about that lately.
It's been.
There
It's
was
been.
somebody-
Apparently, it's
I
a
can't
Mormon thing. It's big.
Yeah.
It's big
Yes.
at BYU in particular. So soaking.
I understand that, but there's
The sin is the thrusting.
not the penetration.
Everyone
Not the
knows that.
penetration. Not the penetration.
Everyone
just
knows
thrusting.
that.
Apparently, if you just put it in and let it soak, this is
No harm, no
totally-
foul.
Yeah, this is totally fine.
Yeah.
You can soak. You just can't move under your own
Power.
will.
Yeah,
So that is the
that's the
ultimate-
workaround. That's the workaround.
So if you have a buddy jump on the bed next to you while you're just soaking, and you accidentally move around enough.
See, I haven't,
does
I haven't
does
heard
the
that part of it.
Oh, yes.
That's what my buddy said this weekend.
Yes, there is a.
But does the
techni-
non-moving part go for both parties?
Yes.
Yes.
You both must just lay there.
And just put quarters in the bed.
That would actually be a workaround. Yes.
Sounds like a
So-
lot of my friends do this, or at least their wives do this.
So theoretically, you could.
I'm soaking. You're sitting. That's hilarious.
too funny.
So theoretically, you could soak in like a Tesla on autopilot, right? Just let it kind of move you about the road.
I think that would be a loophole, yes.
Right.
No, it's funny you said that. My friend said that the workaround is you get a buddy or two to jump on the bed.
How
And
close you got to be to this?
And
friend?
threesomes are not a sin.
Well, I mean, if you're trying to not, if
It's
you're
an
trying to not
assisted-
sin,
People, like a lot of Mormons believe in polygamy. Also, like there's
yeah.
maybe
This
that's
is
route
the
to
gateway.
It. Yeah.
Hey, buddy, help me soak. And then you're like, maybe we should just
Maybe we
all
should
join
soak together.
I love every sin, and just as a workaround.
I like
as soon as there,
I just
it's like
leave it.
it's
I
like
love every
tax.
sin.
It's like taxes. Like as soon as you make a rule, somebody tries to circumnavigate that rule. Like
Yes. No, yeah. So soaking is it's sinless.
yeah, it's not drinking if you use a straw.
yeah, there you go.
Never heard that one,
It's the
And
same.
you can make it up. It's a workaround.
Yeah.
but I kind of like
If
it.
you tip the bottle back, you're
That's
drinking.
That's drinking.
I
But if
didn't
you use a
touch.
straw, that's the workaround.
I didn't touch that cup of beer.
Interesting. What if you take the straw and like you plug the top and you,
Oh,
take
yeah.
that,
There
and you
you
drop
go.
it into
Yeah,
your
yeah.
mouth?
There you go.
Then it's like you haven't picked up the cup.
Yeah.
I like loopholes.
You know what I just realized?
What's that?
We should have done this one as a blind taste.
You think so?
Yeah.
Cool.
Too late.
Thanks. Well, that's why I
Again.
mislabeled my cups.
Again, we would have had to have someone not participating.
Yeah.
Nah, this one is.
No, you could have stuck a sticker.
I don't know that this one's as difficult as y'all think.
I don't think I can distinctly tell the difference between them, but I'm wondering how much being able to see the
Oh.
wondering how much being
One
able to
burns
see
more
the
if you
label.
take it down the windpipe. That much I know.
So you're saying one goes into your lungs, it doesn't feel good?
Yeah, the Four Roses is horrible
Oh,
in the
man.
lungs.
See, he's not drinking. It's a workaround.
So don't.
You
Yeah.
should not inhale it.
I didn't take that into my
Stomach.
belly. I took it into my lungs. So
Now I
didn't-
need to have the Russell's Reserve go down the wrong pipe.
Yeah. Keep it fair.
Yeah, got to really even it out.
I failed.
I feel like. I mean, this is literally a neck and neck race.
The more I sip, though, I can definitely start to tell there's a definite flavor profile difference between the two of them.
I can tell you this,
My first
okay.
two sips, I was like, ooh, this is tough, but now it's
The
kinda-
Four Roses on the nose. If I just focus on breathing it in and allowing myself to
That's
really
where it burns in your
smell
nose.
it. The Four Roses is not as enjoyable as the Russell's Reserve. The Russell's Reserve has a better nose on it. I can actually, when I breathe it in, I don't get as much of that alcohol burn. So I actually prefer to smell the Russell's Reserve. And then when it came down to the neat, I actually thought the Four Roses was a little bit better flavor, a little bit smoother on the neat side of things. Where it's starting to get more complicated is when I've added the ice, which is how I choose to
Yeah.
drink my bourbons. This is where it's getting more complicated. But again, I think that kind of just lends itself to the fact that you're just watering down a bourbon, which allows it to cover over some of the maybe the faults or the
The harshness.
That always mellows it out a bit.
Yeah.
Not just because the temperature kind of numbs your taste buds a little bit, but also having that water in there does kind of cut some of that sharpness that you get from the heat that everybody refers to and that
Yeah.
alcohol-y flavor.
Yeah, and I've been going down one road for a while since I put the ice cubes in, and I just changed directions.
I mean, you're automatically, by adding ice, you're automatically cutting the proof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
So-
But I
Stu,
think there's other thing. I think there's other things about it that, like, I think there's some profiles in the bourbons that do come out a little bit different between them once they are a little watered down.
100%. That's what I'm noticing with these. Sue, question for you. You come from Arkansas and West Virginia, so you've got some.
Never been to Arkansas.
Okay, Louisiana. Sorry, Louisiana,
Same thing.
West Virginia. Have you ever heard of people putting American cheese on apple pie?
American cheese on apple pie.
Yeah, have you ever heard of this?
I've used cream cheese.
That seems fair. I would do that. I'm okay with that.
Repeat the question.
American cheese slice on top of a slice of apple pie.
Baked? Or just put it on after it comes
No,
out?
literally, I'm a total schmuck. I reach in my purse. I pull out my apple pie slice of cheese that
Right.
I've been saving.
Purse pie.
Well, yeah, no, purse cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, purse cheese.
Next to your Werther's originals.
I would assume.
Then you have your pocket pie and purse
Yeah.
cheese.
And that special soaking condom you keep.
So with the soaking
I'm
condom, does
going
it just
You don't
like
need a
stay
condom.
full?
No, you no.
No, if you're soaking, you're
using a condom makes it even less of a sin.
no, but
Because
if,
you're not really touching her. Then
if you put on
Not at all.
if you put on a rain jacket and get in a pool, you're not soaking. You're not even getting wet.
Precisely. Now
Yep.
I'm not swimming. I'm not in the rain. I'm not
Exactly.
doing anything.
Exactly.
Just look at me. What a gentleman.
White or yellow American cheese?
There's
All right,
only
let's get away
yellow
with
in
it.
this
You've-
scenario.
This was a have you heard of yes or no question. Now
No, I have not heard of it, but for some reason, I'm going to think that this is going to be something that's
I
not
figured this
necessarily.
was a southern thing.
I don't think it's going to be something that's necessarily southern or socioeconomic. I think it's going to be like I'd put like some of this bougie on the top end and say they add this cheese for some reason.
All right, I've got my.
I have no clue. I finished both, and I'm nowhere near.
The only reason is
Knowing.
because twice now, I have had a reaction with one of them that I haven't had with the other. And just because of that, and the reaction is not a favorable one. It's like, what's that? Just little taste at the end.
I'm gonna have to go back for more.
Again, I am splitting hairs here.
I don't. I'm
Throwing back to the Irish guy and his
Yeah.
whipped potatoes.
So I wanted to look this up because talking about where cheese on apple pie originates, and according to SouthernLiving.com,
Oh, here we go.
it's
the
They would
cheese
know.
apple pie connection is often traced back to England, which is the birthplace of cheddar and the apple pie. Back in the 17th and 18th century, English pies were often topped with a dairy-based sauce such as custard. Somehow along the way, cheddar stepped in for the sauce, and the rest was history.
yeah. So
Okay,
you
but you know,
go back to your island.
That's not my island. Those oppressors have been holding our people down
You know how
far
a,
too long.
you know how a slice of American cheese is easily you can mix and match custard. Like
No. See, that's what I'm saying. Like I am offended that we have bastardized something that sounds like it might have actually had a nice little start. Ooh, we're doing custard. It's just an extra eggy ice
Yeah.
cream. We're going to go with custard. And then they're like, ooh, what if we just switch over to cheddar cheese? And I'm willing to entertain this. And then when you go to an oil-based processed cheese, I'm furious.
That you can't even light on fire. You ever seen that?
Hold on. Why should I be
why
lighting
would you
cheese
light?
on
Can
fire?
you light any cheese on fire?
No, most of your processed cheeses.
You ever had
take a
halloumi?
lighter to it, it won't drip.
Had
and
what?
melt.
What the
The
hell?
stuff that comes out of the plastic wrappers.
See, that's not good.
Well, in Greek restaurants, you have like fried halloumi, which often is served basically on fire to your
Never
to
had
your
it.
plate.
Can't believe you
Good as
used that
hell.
word. What is halloumi?
It's a type of cheese.
I don't go to Greek
I
restaurants.
mean, I understand if you torch cheese, it will burn,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like that's
Yeah.
because you're actively hitting it with a
Yeah, yeah.
accelerant.
Yeah.
Not like most cheese you hit with a lighter and it just takes off. Whoosh.
Oh,
Are you done, Brendan?
Oh, yeah.
They locked it in. I've
Locked
been
it
locked
in.
in.
You're
Boom,
locked
boom.
in?
I'm locked
Are
in.
you locked in, Stu? I am not.
Locked in to the
Wow.
point that I'm going to throw a Zin in my mouth and ruin my palate. Locked in.
We can ruin your palate in another way.
You want to try that Jepson's bourbon?
I do.
And just put it on there with the big dogs right here at the end.
Yeah, save it for the final.
Let those dogs hunt.
Yeah. The Jepson's bourbon basically just got like a 4-round buy straight to the final.
Why wouldn't it? It's got the pedigree.
All right,
came from
I
the-
think I'm ready.
It
I
came
think
from
I'm
the
ready.
Jepson's distillery, famous for making Malort, which is the finest of interesting botanicals.
Botanical.
it's interesting. I'm finding one that I think I would rather mix, and one that I could sip.
Oh, yeah. I mean, these both wouldn't be here at the end of this challenge if they both didn't have something to bring to the table. I mean, I'm a fan of both of them.
Which one's been the winningest one so far?
The winningest one? I don't know the answer to that.
How would you say winning is?
Didn't we all agree on One of these.
The
just
Russell's
other day.
Reserve had a hard time getting into the final because it was the one that was a little bit like I deviated from it.
Did the Four Roses win
The Four
first
Roses
round?
cleaned out.
Yeah.
But it was a lower. Yeah, we had a lower seed. Something
Now
like
they
that.
both technically were the 2 seeds on the
Yeah.
in each bracket.
They were the
basically.
middle coming up.
So the Four Roses the first time around actually got like pretty middling results. That it got a 2, a 2, and a 1.
Which was enough to carry it.
Yeah.
But it also was up against the
It's
Wild
dirt.
Turkey Rare Breed and the Michter's US1.
Ooh, yeah.
Which that was
And
tasty.
Four Roses is a subset of Wild Turkey.
No, Russell's.
Russell's is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Russell's is a dirty, dirty bourbon. Comes from that Wild Turkey lineage. The worst.
Are we ready to call it?
Yeah, if everyone has theirs,
How do you want to do this?
I can tell you my score.
You want to write it down, Brendan? You want to write down all the scores?
Well, we have some room on the board over there.
Okay.
We already have Lee on the board.
Oh, Lee already wrote his up?
Yep.
So, I went through these, and like I said, I actually enjoyed the aroma of the Russell's Reserve to the Four Roses. But when I did my no ice tasting, the flavor of the Four Roses for me, there was nothing off. Everything about it was well-rounded. I was picking up on various notes, and they weren't muddied at all. And in the Russell's Reserve, there was just this hint of burn
Yeah.
that just kind of carried out at the end that just made me go, okay, if I was going to drink this neat, I would prefer to not have that last off note. Even though
Yeah.
the rest of the song was great, there was just an off note right at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I dropped the ice in it, it got a lot more difficult to determine. But when it was all said and done, there was this kind of this flavor that was just a little off. I couldn't define it as any one flavor that the Russell's Reserve would bring to the palate at the very end. And the Four Roses continued that steady Eddie, easy drinking. I would be confident to bring this to any party, to give to anybody at any time, either on the rocks or in a mixed drink. I know that's blasphemous, but I mean, like, I would feel very confident that if I brought the Four Roses single barrel
Mm-hmm.
to any event, that I could put it up against something. It may not win, but I would definitely be showing them that for under $50, you can play in the game. For me, the Four Roses is my number one.
So I had a lot of the same thoughts regarding the flavors between the two. Both of these are ones that I actually really like. I know for weeks now I've been talking about how much Four Roses single barrel is one that we constantly use at the house. Russell's neat. Tasted a whole lot better than I remember it tasting the last
That's
time I had it
pretty
neat. And like you said, the aromas is good. It gives you some of that, like almost a little bit of cinnamon to it or something.
If I was going to a party just to sniff bourbon, I'm a Russell's guy.
That's the soaking of drinking bourbon.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to let my nose soak in it for a while. I'm a Russell's guy. There's no doubt.
But there's something in the aftertaste, both neat and on the rocks, that is
What is that?
unsettling, and I don't know what it is. It's not bad.
It's like
but
it's
just-
going from caramel and then it goes. It just
Yeah.
fades in a direction.
Talk about Russell?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that
it's like
is.
a metallic-y, tinny
Something that it just
to
doesn't do that with the Four Roses.
Yeah, and for
For
me, and I said that I wish that we had done this blind simply because
Because you're a Four Roses homer and you didn't want to.
I know that I have a
You would've known it
partiality toward
anyway, though.
But between the two, the flavor for the Four Roses stands out a whole lot more, and that was my first pick for this one also.
So you and I are both Four Roses.
So, for lack of a better term, because I'm not the best at being descriptive, the Russells went, I don't want to say flat, but as I continued to drink more and more between the two of them, it just lost its. I felt like Russell's lost its flavoring, and Four Roses maintained throughout.
But not in a bad way, right?
No.
Yeah,
Like
that was kind of
like so when I said one of these I would drink neat and one of these I would use in a mixer, and that's not a bad knock on either one of them. Is I would put the Roses as a neat drink, and I would take the Russells and probably mix it with something.
I'll tell you this now. I just finished my Russells. That's how good it is. Like, I just finished it. I didn't need to. I'd already come to a conclusion.
So I went Four Roses.
Four Roses also. Troy?
So, not that it matters. The three of you have all picked it, but I was having a tough time going back and forth. But right before you even said it, Brendan, I made the call. I said Four Roses, and it was because something at the end of that Russell's.
What is that?
Yeah, I don't know. It just
It's not even bad. It's just not right.
it just
you know?
it
It's
just
like, it's like a burnt vanilla almost or something. Like there's
like the Four
Yeah.
Roses like finishes like kind of smooth and down, and then like Russell's is going that way, and it's like just one quick little
It's
like
just that
kick of like a little burn, little pop, little like, and you're like, we were going down a nice road, and then
not
you
enough
just,
to ever even like. But when I taste the other and it doesn't do
yeah,
that,
yeah.
so it's a
It's
runaway.
a sweet.
Yeah.
It's a sweet.
Oh no!
Look at
no! Run! Run away!
Oh, the dark horse.
Speaking of runaway, oh, now we're going this way. Oh, this is
For less
wonderful.
than $12, you can have this
Should I
bourbon.
ice this?
should I try this at neat at all? Or
Or should
Oh
I just-
yeah,
I'm gonna go with no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it neat.
All right.
So this is the Jepson's bourbon. So Jepson again, famous for making Malort, the finest of all of the shots. I like the Jepson's Malort because it tastes like what? And
It
That's-
tastes like your face is on fire.
It tastes
and-
like you shouldn't be drinking.
now the
it.
best thing about this Jepson's bourbon is that why'd I pour so much of that?
all right,
is-
plumber.
They went. They've really been trying to hype up the fact that they're like, we have made an exceptional bourbon. They on their website when
Here's the cheat code. I poured it into a cup that has Four Roses written on it, so now it'll be delicious.
It matters what's on the outside of the
So
cup or the
what
bottle.
what I do find interesting is that with Malort they're like, this is horrible. We get that this is bad. We
Yeah,
know
they're
that-
going down this road for that.
But with this, they're like, we took our time. We made a fine bourbon. They're actually using positive adjectives.
Yeah,
What's
Je-
on the?
Jepson's bourbon is a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys aged a minimum of 4 years.
Ooh.
It has an age statement, which is nice. Non-chill filtered. And based on your face, would you rather it have been chill filtered?
No, that's fantastic. But I mean, honestly,
Is that all it says?
Yeah,
So
that's,
they
that's the only right up there.
usually it'll have
It's
like,
like
hints
the-
of notes of
yeah.
this of that.
it's
They're
the bare minimum that you have
Yeah.
to have
But
on
they're
like
using,
a bourbon
if I
bottle.
remember correctly, it's CH Distillery
Yeah.
is who's running the show,
CH
right?
Distillery, which
Yeah.
I don't know what else they make.
There's a whole, there's a list of, I mean, not that it's anything we would recognize, but there's
my
a list of
tongue
things.
is on fire. It has stayed. The tip of my tongue has managed to stay on fire, much like if you had a cut on your arm and you put rubbing alcohol on it. It like just stayed burning there.
That's not bad.
No, it's not.
It's not bad.
I don't
But-
get any burn from that at all.
No,
My
you might
tongue
have a
wouldn't
cut on
stop
your tongue.
Oh, I think I do. Actually, long story. My Invisalign, this one that came out, like I put them in, and there was like a hanging little fang on the front
Oh
one.
yeah.
And so now, like the schmuck I am, I can't stop licking
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And it's like,
Just
what is
wearing
that?
your tongue out.
Yeah.
All right, now let it sit for 30 seconds and you start getting a little bit of that fireball flavor where there's a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of heat that kind of builds at the end.
That's
That's
not-
genuinely not bad.
It's
Yeah,
not
but-
bad. It's soft. It like those big flavors don't come out, but they're all there. It wouldn't have made it through the first rounds of these.
I wouldn't have thought this had Jepson's on it. If
No,
it was
this
a
is
blind
actually
taste test. Like,
this is actually pretty.
this is
good.
palatable.
This is crazy.
Like, now I
the
wanna
Four
say-
Roses and the Russells didn't give the, like, I can feel it on my lips, like a little bit of a burn on my
Yeah, there's
lips,
just-
actually that the other bourbons, like neither one of those had.
Yeah, like your mouth's a little dry at the end because when you breathe
Yeah,
in, it's like,
it's like,
okay, that means the alcohol content's higher than it should be.
I think it's worse with ice.
It's for a $25 bottle. Now, granted, this is impossible to find in Virginia, so
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Dude,
count.
no, I paid like I forget what I paid for that. I want to say it was more than $25.
Put around 30 tops.
Maybe, yeah.
For S&Gs,
I bought that bottle in Indiana.
All I'm picturing is it's CH Distillery
It's
in,
not bad.
It's not bad.
in Chicago, Illinois, and it's probably like down some back alley. Hey, you
Oh,
want a tour? Come take a look.
100%.
for S&Gs, I wish we had done a blind tasting and mixed this in just to see where it would have fallen for people.
I would like to.
It
think,
wouldn't have been the worst.
Yeah, I think
Of
so.
the-
I think
of the
all
18?
four, oh yeah, I'm saying tonight. I think of the four of us, somebody would not have rated this number 3.
You might be right because it's
It's easy drinking.
it doesn't
It's
have the
surprisingly
highs
smooth,
or the
yeah.
lows
It's
of
pretty
either
consistent.
of them. Yeah.
It burns.
I didn't get any burning. Like I
Neither
didn't
did
like.
I,
I didn't
no.
get anything offensive.
I think
like
it's super smooth.
yeah.
I don't think the flavor is good.
No.
Maybe that's the
But I don't think that it's.
It doesn't
I don't
have the
think it's
flavor of
spicy.
either of those
Yeah.
bottles.
No.
But
no
it
complexity.
doesn't
to
have
it.
any of the
Yeah.
negatives. Like that's not a
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
Okay, here's the question: would you drink this or Jim Beam?
Jim Beam.
Okay.
I was born and raised on Jim Beam,
You know what I'm saying? Jim Beam is kind of like
but I drink
everybody's baseline.
Jim Beam and Jack Daniels is how I got through college. Like,
I would
that's-
I'd go past Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
Probably gonna
Going
stop
back-
putting that in my head on account of
Going back to Jack Daniels nowadays,
Monday
I'm like,
night.
what
Yeah.
am I doing?
Which Jack Daniels is technically a better bottle of bourbon than Jim Beam, but I've never found it to be.
So we cut down a bunch of trees at our farm last fall, and they were some evergreens. They're growing up over into the road, like really kind of impeding the flow
Yeah.
of traffic. And
It's
so
dangerous on country roads.
Yeah, and so we had some neighbors kind of write to us and was like, "Hey, man, could you guys cut these back?" Like we had cut them back a couple years prior, and they were starting to kind of flush back out. So they're scratching up cars and stuff. So so we finally cut them all down. And one day I'm getting home from work, and this guy is driving in front of me, and he sees that I turn into my driveway, and so I start going down my long driveway, and I see him do a U-turn and kind of come back, and he shows up and comes to the garage, and he's like, "Oh, I just really wanted to thank you. You know, all the neighbors really appreciate you cutting these trees down. It's so kind of you to do. So I wanted to bring you by an appreciation gift." And I was like, "Oh, you didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
But they needed to be cut down anyway. I know that." And he pulls out of his little old Cadillac that he's driving, black bag, so you know it's from the ABC store.
Yeah.
And I pull it out, and it's a bottle of Jack Daniel's Single Barrel, which comes in a
Ooh,
short little
nice.
bottle.
Yeah.
Nice.
And he's like, "I don't know if you ever had this, man, but this is the best bourbon in the world." I was like, "Sir, I really appreciate
Respect.
this.
Yeah.
Thank you so much."
Respect.
But my liquor cabinet inside begs to differ.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It is. It's a fantastic bourbon. It's great.
It's not bad. You know, if you're gonna drink those whiskeys, man, like that, Uncle Nearest,
Uncle Nearest.
I haven't had the
Phenomenal.
Uncle Nearest yet.
phenomenal.
Yes. So
And you can pick that up at any ABC store.
Yeah.
Now it's gonna.
it's getting
Not
harder.
the other
It
day,
is. It's starting to
Yes.
get popular.
Friday it was gone.
So
but that's
The
because we're going.
1920 Forester was gone.
We're going through a
ours.
shortage right
Yeah,
now.
we're
in
really
general,
hurting.
though.
So the Red Label Uncle Nearest. This is for everybody listening. If you can find the Red Label Uncle Nearest, which I think is 1884,
Pick it up.
1894. I don't remember what year
Pick
it
it
says
up.
on that one. But that is a go-to bourbon or whiskey.
But it's a
technically.
whiskey. That's
Yeah.
otherwise it would have been.
Sure.
I would have because I think it falls just under that 60 range for the basic Uncle Nearest.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I would have. I would have
can we-
absolutely
Can we
made
do
that.
whiskeys next year? Then? Just hit
If
nothing
we're
but
gonna
Tennessee.
if we're gonna do whiskeys,
Mhm.
then I would request Irish whiskeys to be put into the mix. Because I am of the belief that Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey, while
trash.
not even the most expensive
It's
whiskey,
Not even the best.
is the best.
No, you're a homer, and that's fine.
But I would be a homer to Jameson if I was going to be your standard, Irish whiskey homer. And I think Jameson's too burny.
they're all Bernie.
Tullamore Dew tastes like peaches.
No, no.
I
it
think
It's
does not.
like soaking with a woman you kind of love.
Oh, now I know it. Now I get it.
You just soak, and like your buddy comes in.
And not full jump on the bed.
No, he gets under the bed.
Oh, it kind of pushes,
pushes
up
it
a little.
up.
Yeah.
It is a very different soak, and one that I prefer. I don't like someone jumping on the bed because then I got to
It's a
deal with the fact
distraction.
that it's a distraction.
It's not safe.
You get under the bed and push
Yeah.
the mattress up.
That way you don't
box
have to
spring.
make eye contact.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Now this
And when your buddy falls on top of you, then it gets real weird.
this is the Tullamore Dew of soaking.
What, she tripped and you fell? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Just saying, dude. Like y'all look, just because y'all don't soak.
Why are you soaking in me? I tripped.
Sometimes like a long day, dude. I just want to relax an episode.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, we're not doing whiskeys.
Give it time. I think we finally have gotten through this. This took us 3 months.
Yeah.
It was
Mhm.
18
started
bottles
it
of
in
bourbon,
like
though.
the heat of summer even.
And I currently
Yeah, now
have
it's like 20 degrees outside.
Oh, it's hot
So
as
much-
fucking here though.
I
Yeah,
have
I'm
sweating.
burning in here.
I have so much bourbon. It's unbelievable.
Maybe that one.
Yeah, that was nice of you to buy all that, by the way.
Yeah, well,
Congrats.
it's
I'm taking my winning bottle home though.
Yeah, you know what? The only one that I don't own is the winner. I mean, quite
Got
literally.
all these losers to go with all your.
I purchased.
Well, how many bottles of Malort are sitting over there? Jesus.
I did. I bought 17 bottles of bourbon, and Lee was like, "Oh, actually, I have the Four Roses. I'll just bring that over." And I've been like, "Well, you're gonna have to bring that back. It won again." And then last time I was like, "Hey, you mind just leaving that here till next week?" I know it's leaving. That bottle's
I can
out of
leave
here.
with
Yeah.
You're talking about not being able to find it. This is something that out my way.
You can find.
Yeah.
Readily
easily,
available. Well, I think I need about
The
3
better shaped bottle too. Looks cooler than the little
Yeah. Squat.
cutesy one
Yeah.
they have.
Little butt plug of
I found,
Russell's.
I found something else that's pretty good. Now, this is a slight deviation, but sometimes you want a snack, right?
Yeah.
I have discovered the 3D Doritos.
Oh yeah.
You familiar with 3D
I'm
Doritos?
Our
familiar with
buddy
them now.
BT brought those over there.
Dude, so they make a spicy ranch 3D Dorito. That may be the best snack food I've had in a long, long time.
So I haven't had these. Is this like a puffed Dorito?
So it's like, remember Bugles?
Yeah, yeah.
And Bugles kind of suck, but they're also
Bugles
kind of
are
good.
awesome,
Yeah, but they're-
especially for dipping.
I'm saying Bugles
Yeah,
just kind
finger
of
hats.
yeah, that's
Witty.
but
Which
like-
fingers?
But see, I think of Bugles is like the olives of snack chips. Like you put them on your finger, and
Don't
that's what makes them
disgrace that.
fun. And like, yay. But like, if
You
you
couldn't
couldn't,
dip those in anything, and they're like the
Dude,
perfect dipping.
Bugles
thing.
and a sour cream.
Oh,
dip
dude,
or,
yeah,
onion dip.
yeah, French onion
yeah.
dip.
See, to me, it's all about the shtick. Like I like a Pringle because I like a duck bill. I like a Bugle because I like it on my
Okay.
hands. I don't like olives, but if I can get 10 of them, oh boy, we're gonna have so much fun
Guess who's
tonight.
got nubby fingers?
They're gonna be on my fingers, and I'm gonna be touching you, and then I'm gonna eat them, which is gross. But I'm gonna
Yeah.
like touch your face, make you awkward.
That's
Chop
that's
that
what a
back up.
germaphobe would do.
Yeah, and then when I was saying it, I was like, I hope these are super salty and killing all that
Yeah.
stuff. But
These have been cured, right?
the 3D Dorito, which when it came over here, I was like, this gimmick is worthless.
It does sound like an awful.
Nobody
gimmick,
wants
yeah.
this.
Because Doritos are pretty good, just straight up.
Heck yeah.
I would rather eat a spicy ranch 3D Dorito than any Dorito, including Cool Ranch, which is my absolute favorite Dorito.
So
That's
I'll-
your favorite. That's your number one Dorito. You're messing up, dude. There's
That's my
better.
go-to.
No, Cool
There's
Ranch
better.
is definitely the best.
Yeah,
Dorito.
Cool
Not
Ranch is
even
the
close.
truth. Why do you think that when Taco Bell came out with their stuff, they said, let's do Cool Ranch and Standard?
Because Standard's obviously the number one, and that's not even my number one. But you have to go with sales. Like that's the number one original OG best ever.
Nah, Cool Ranch is the truth.
More, I guarantee
I'm willing
they sell
I'm willing
more.
to have this argument because it's a good argument.
the
They're
sweet
both
chili.
tasty.
The purple ones are the best. The sweet chili.
The blue ones. That's the Cool
Yeah,
Ranch.
purple.
The Cool Ranch.
Purple.
The Cool Ranch.
Purple. Sweet chili.
Yeah, like you said, purple.
Sweet chili.
You can say the word louder.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make me understand you.
True. True.
I'll tell you, like the testament to how good the spicy ranch ones were is the day that I came over that both bags were allegedly here. The spicy ranch one was gone.
Gone.
And all that was left was the chili cheese one.
That's
Didn't
right.
they used to make the spicy nacho and Cool Ranch like mixed in a bag?
They do have
I feel like
they
I
have a lot of
remember
like
that.
mixed bag ones.
Ooh,
that
that
you
sounds
get,
like a lot
two
of fun.
flavors.
That does. Doesn't
I could
it?
get behind that kind of fun.
Yeah.
See, that's a good time.
But do you
a
guys-
good time
you
party.
guys
No one
remember-
gets hurt from that. It's like the soaking of treats.
Do you remember back in the day before Doritos
Nobody
went
gets hurt.
before
That's what
Doritos
I'm
went with
saying.
all their different flavors? Like the original Doritos,
It was taco flavored.
right? But it wasn't over the top like 100%
No,
of
no.
seasoning. Like
That's
I
my
liked-
uncle's. That's my uncle's favorite. They still make those.
Well, yeah, it was like their
Their
like
taco.
original. It was like wasn't over the top. But who did I just see that for some fast food restaurant or somebody's doing boneless chicken nuggets that are covered in the spicy
The
Cheeto,
Cheeto. The Flaming
dust,
Hot
what-
Cheeto.
Flaming Hot Cheeto
No,
dust?
Buffalo Wild Wings did the
That's
chili.
Applebee's.
Applebee's is what's doing
Buffalo
it this
Wild
day.
Wings like a month or two ago did the spicy chili wings where they would like put the spicy chili sauce and then roll them in the crunched up crunched up Doritos, which they're my favorite flavors. So when I got to Buffalo Wild Wings, I was like, I want to try these. Do you recommend them? The dude was like, absolutely not. They are awful. And I was like, dude, that's like my favorite Dorito ever. And he's like, look, I'll bring you out a sample of the sauce. And he did, and he was 100% right.
You know, so when I was doing the whole low carb thing, this is like 20 pounds ago, I would do fried chicken where I would take pork rinds, crunch them up, and I would just roll chicken in pork rinds and then air fry them.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that stuff tasted like fried chicken.
Yeah.
It was amazing, but it would really kind of bust your gut up. I think it was the pork rinds and the fried chicken.
Well, you know what we tried the other day with their air fryer that somebody told us we were at the bar talking to a couple, and it was this older couple, and they said, "Look, go home, and the big what's the short hollow noodle, the big rigatoni? Yeah. So
Reggaeton.
yeah, take a whole boil your boil
Not
your
sure
rigatonis,
what that was.
and like
Your
you're just
penne?
making regular noodles, boil them, pull them out, pat them dry,
Elbow.
and then put a layer flat in your air fryer, but season them with garlic
Yes.
and paprika and
Yes.
some Cajun spices. What we did,
Pasta chips.
yeah, we put them in the air
Ooh.
fryer. After 15 minutes, they come out and
Hold on,
what's
hold on. Are
like
they
like
cooked?
in a sour cream dip?
Are they cooked or
Yeah,
are they
you can
going
use them
in?
whatever else.
They
Yeah.
going
Yeah,
in
right.
hard.
So you boil them. So they cook. You drain them.
All right, so it's a true soak.
Yeah. 8 to 9 minutes.
We're not-
We're not-
Yeah.
Nothing
You want 'em
counts
out al
until it's
dente.
soaked. We get
I'm
it.
just saying because you put it
Yeah.
in hard. Eventually, it has to
Yeah.
soak.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can do it with rigatoni.
You can do it
great.
right.
Penne is great. Any kind of like noodle shape
Yeah.
really is so
Because
good.
those bigger rigatonis, we were just like
So angel hair.
No, not that.
God damn it.
Oh, I guess that any kind of noodle.
Yeah,
theory
any
went to
kind of
pot.
noodles.
All right, so you want to go down this
Ravioli?
rabbit hole because no,
These are noodles.
No, they're
what are we
not.
talking about?
look,
It's not a
Brendan,
noodle.
literally, Brendan, just take
Angel
a bunch of
hair isn't a
lasagna
noodle.
squares. Just take a bunch of lasagna squares, throw them in a fry, and see what happens.
Spaghetti.
Oh, the best part of lasagna is the crispy bits on the edge.
Hell yeah.
That's
The unsoaked, the standard
the
issue.
soak that's now dried out. That's the stuff you really
Oh.
want.
That's how
So-
you know it was good.
I got soaking on the brain, dude. I don't know.
You really do.
I don't know.
You really do.
So we're doing one fried turkey and one oven roasted. What are you guys doing this
Boy,
Thanksgiving?
you should have been here the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. All right, well, I'm frying one.
Yeah, we're soaking one.
Oh, really?
And then,
We got
we're,
boiled turkey over here.
and then we're going to push one in and out of the oven over
Hey,
and over for a while.
if you're part of
Poke it a bunch.
if you're part of Brendan's family, don't eat the soaked turkey. Just a heads up.
Did you use buttermilk? No, but it is white.
Is that an Alfredo sauce?
You guys make it sound gross. I'd far rather have a soaked turkey than a violently thrashed about turkey.
You gotta let it settle.
You're talking about cutting the spine out of one and breaking it in half. That sounds really aggressive.
Hey, girl, let me break that back.
Yeah,
Well, you see, usually when you soak, you don't
it leads
do
to that.
No,
No,
see,
it doesn't.
You
It's
gotta
the
have,
opposite.
you gotta have the intestinal fortitude to just hang out.
I don't have that.
like Netflix and lame. You just got
Netflix and
Let's
soak.
Netflix and soak tonight, baby.
Are you allowed to do like Kegels while you're like soaking?
I would think that would be
That's
a
movement.
Sin. That would be a sin.
That'd be a sin. It's
Yeah,
too
it's
far.
I'm just saying, you got to run the numbers, man.
Come on, Lee. Don't get crazy over there, dude.
Yeah.
Now you're getting weird.
Once you get to that point, we may as well just throw that turkey in and out a dozen times. Get that little popper to pop. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What if it's like frying a turkey where it's
We're done.
where it's only
No, we're not.
a short time as opposed to baking where it's a long time?
I don't like things that hot. I'm kind of a soak guy.
About to say you don't want to bake something. You bake it too long, and something else might pop out.
I'm an equal opportunity guy. I want everyone to be disappointed.
How do you know it's done?
It's never done.
If you soak right,
That's the beauty of the soak. It's never done.
never done.
Sin never happens.
Jesus.
Science. Got to
That's-
follow the
That's
science.
what we're trying to look out for.
Follow the science.
Inside the science house, y'all.
That's right.
That's right.
I just find this to be just the craziest thing ever. Sorry.
Mom, Dad, where did I come from? Well, we Netflix and soaked for a while.
We soaked a little too long. We were trying to parboil, and we full on boiled.
Stu got a little aggressive underneath the bed with the.
Where did
There's-
I? What?
There's a term for it, like it's an assisted soak or something.
no.
Like
You would.
there's
Know, I like how he's acting like he doesn't know.
Come on, what is it
Yeah.
actually?
I don't know. I think
Oh,
Brendan-
yeah, you know.
Brendan doesn't need me. He's got big dogs. He's just come on and off the bed.
Yeah, calling his dogs on off the bed.
Yeah, get up here, get off, get up here, get off, get up here, get off.
He's got the squeaky toy just in his hand. He's jumping on off the bed.
See, that seems like almost too much work. Like maybe that
Yeah.
would be a sin.
Oh, Lee found something.
So the Urban Dictionary definition of soaking is like, quote, planking, only your dick is inside of a Mormon.
Mormon? What's a
Mormon.
A Mormon or a woman?
Warman and Mormon.
Yeah,
Both. That's together.
That's a homophone or whatever.
Oh my gosh.
Gotta love Urban Dictionary.
But nothing about the assisted soak.
I'm still working on it here.
Just
Can I
Google-
do
Didn't Urban
assisted
Dic-
soak? Is
didn't-
that what it's called?
I don't
Because
know.
feel like
I don't
you
know.
it.
Just Google like soaking.
Didn't
while
Urban
your friend-
Dictionary call Brendan out last week?
They nailed that pterodactyl. thing. No, I'm just saying, like, look up soaking while your friend jumps on the bed.
Asking for a friend.
Asking for, hey, you might want to use.
What
the,
do you call
So here's
soaking when a
some-
friend jumps on your bed? I'm asking for a friend.
incognito mode?
Would you like to know some synonyms of soaking?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, disappointing.
Parking,
Nice.
marinating,
That's kind of
I
funny.
can respect that. I can respect that.
the Provo float.
The Provo float. What'd you guys do all summer? Well, we went out to Utah, and it was just a bunch of us.
Went
the
on a
river.
float trip, if you know what I'm saying, and I think that you do.
There's one more, and since he's left
Oh,
now,
no.
the dock and talk.
The Dock and Talk.
Talking
Docking like the metal band?
yeah.
Yeah.
exactly. Like
Let's talk docking.
Now we know what they mean.
Gosh.
God, Urban Dictionary, you always come through.
Soaking is considered by some, including the church, to be a loophole. I'd like the church's comment on this because I
Yeah,
don't think
I
that
don't
they
think they're going to
agree.
sign off on that.
He remembers the term insertion without thrusting being used freely at Sunday lesson attended by teenage boys, adult leaders, and the bishop.
I feel like
Wait,
that
wait,
church
a
should be
Sunday-
investigated.
Did you just say
That
a
church should
a
be
Sunday lesson?
investigated.
A Sunday lesson on
Oh
how
my
to soak.
Gosh.
Hey, I'm gonna
Yeah.
drop my teenage boys off to hang out with the priest and a couple other guys to learn how to soak all day long.
Okay, this no priests.
All right.
No, that's
That's what it just
that's
said.
what he just said.
Awkward.
Yeah. I'm going to need a volunteer.
You can use this turkey as a test.
All right, so do we have an
I'm
assisted?
still
soak?
trying to find the assisted soak. I think you might have made this one.
Yeah, I think you just started
100%.
something.
Yeah, I'm over
Okay.
here setting the tone.
Well, you're a big Mormon guy.
All right. So I found.
Oh, it's a jump
definition.
soak, isn't it?
Yep.
It's a jump soak.
He's acting like he doesn't know.
No, now I remember. It's called a jump soak.
Or also known as jump humping. To
Yeah.
create
No,
emotion.
that's gross.
sounds
Yeah,
Finnish.
that sounds awful.
But a jump soak. Yeah, sorry, I made you look it up, and now I remember.
but I've known for years.
I literally traveled around the country
There's-
giving fucking talks about jump soaking.
There's over 25 million hashtags on TikTok associated with soaking.
Oh my gosh.
Not that I'm going to look at them.
Yeah, not that you're definitely going to look at them later.
There's just something about seeing two people disappointed in love.
Yeah, that's
My favorite.
yeah. No one wins.
Jump humping.
That's a
that kills
tie.
me.
That is literally a tie.
Yeah, dude, the jump soak, dude.
Oh, that's.
Mormon teens on TikTok are filming themselves jump humping, a tactic used to avoid thrusting during penetrative
Hold on, they
sex.
can't be filming that and put. I'm not on TikTok, but that can't be allowed, right?
So TikTok
We'll
does
find
have
out.
a no nudity policy.
Yeah.
But you can still post things.
You just
that-
cut a hole in the sheet.
No, we just pixelate.
one of the two.
I don't know how it works.
Never mind.
You've seen it. You've already researched it.
I just put a little filter on there. Every time the dong comes out, it turns into like blinking eyes.
Yeah.
Blink, 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 blink.
Oh, TikTok.
A TikTok user, and I won't use their name because maybe they listen to it.
Yeah.
They definitely listen.
Even hugging and kissing for long periods of time are generally frowned upon under this code of chastity. making it
100%. I'm not
difficult
going to
for
kiss her. That's
teens
gross.
and young adult Mormons to express their sexual desires. Sometimes it gets to a point where they just can't help themselves, so soaking is a thing that happens.
Yeah.
Loophole.
I just went down there and sat my face right there. Didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Hey, didn't do a thing. Just
Yeah.
breathed it in.
Yeah. Technicalities.
Man.
The big guy upstairs will fully understand.
He looks down and he's like, no, they're not doing anything.
Yeah.
It's the other guy who's jumping. He's
They're
the one
just
doing
soaking.
something.
That guy's just jumping on a bed. He's having fun.
Yeah.
Childlike
He's a
wonderment. You know? Yay, I'm jumping on a bed.
Hooray.
I'm having fun.
Hooray.
Yay, hooray. Friend's like, oh no, stop jumping so much. I'm going to come.
Oh, that guy by himself in the bathroom? Sinner. He's a sinner.
Yeah, exactly. The guy watching soaking videos on TikTok.
Hey, baby, tell me about your sexual history.
Well, I soaked
I've-
with
I've been
17 dudes.
I'm a virgin,
I've
but
I've soaked 14 times, but I'm still a virgin.
I soak by myself. I just leave it in my hand. It's kind of my thing.
Oh,
I'm just big into that.
You were great until you had that malort.
I mean, I just like
The burden.
hang out there. Wife walks in the
Just hold it for
bathroom.
a
She's
minute.
like, "What are you doing?" I'm like,
Marinating.
self-soaking.
"Soaking by myself." What are you talking about?
Just waiting for the dog to jump on me.
Little S. Yeah.
Start humping my leg, dog.
You know, just a little solo soak.
A little solo soak. Never hurt anybody.
So I'd always heard as marinating is when after you've finished, you just kind of stay
Don't
hanging
make this.
out.
You're making this weird.
But now it takes on a little bit of a new
Yeah.
term if you just keep it in your hand.
Well, you can't post sin unsin by soaking for a while. That's not how that works. You're a sinner. See, I can't get down with that.
All right.
Dirty sinner.
Yeah, I'm the
This
guy.
is
Little self-soak action.
just booked my trip to Utah.
Oh my god.
So who's BYU play this weekend? Just out of curiosity.
Stu's on the corner out
Syracuse
at
soakers.
Stu's out on the corner of Provo holding a sign, "We'll soak for food."
We'll soak for cider.
No, Brendan's gonna be the
We'll
one
soak,
walking.
we'll
Brendan's gonna be
soak
the
for
one.
NA beer.
Brendan's gonna be the one walking around with his dick in his hand, going, "I'm ready."
I've already
Let's
self-soaked
soak.
once.
Just self-soaking.
Yeah.
I'm just self-soaking, Ossifer.
Look how disappointed it already is.
I've already soaked once today. I can't do it twice.
Yeah, I'm gonna need 30 minutes before I can disappoint again. Those 3D Doritos are fantastic. You gotta try them, man.
What do they soak those in to get them so tasty?
Ranch and spicy.
Spicy ranch.
See, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, 2 words.
Why is this isn't even on the topic?
That's how that's how every week goes.
But I was gonna talk about stuff that was
Like
smart.
what else? What
You
else
missed
got?
it.
Like no, not Troy's trip. That's awfully close to soaking.
Did y'all soak anything this weekend, Troy?
Just our livers.
Just the livers. Anything good? What did you have outside of like the usuals?
We went to Blue Mountain Brew.
Dude, I love
not brewery.
Oh,
Blue
the Barrel
Mountain
House.
Barrel
Oh,
House.
shit.
What'd
We-
you think of
We
it? I
were
haven't
like
been.
we were like 3 miles from there.
What
Yeah,
is
y'all
the
were in
Barrel
Roseland,
House like?
right?
I haven't
Yeah,
been in there.
Roseland, exactly where we were. It was. We went at like 3:00 on Friday. It was
Are-
completely dead. The food was amazing.
All their food is amazing.
Yeah,
Blue Mountain
um,
Brewery in general. They have a burger there. They call it the Thai Burger.
Did not see that.
To die for.
I
Their
got a
pizzas are good as
barbecue.
shit, too.
I got a
Their pizzas are
barbecue sandwich
fantastic.
that was amazing. Went
Did-
there.
Are all the beers there soaked in like bourbon barrels and such?
Shit.
Not all of them.
Not all of
we
them.
can't.
What do
use-
you
The
guys?
Kolsch 151
Why
is
is
like
everybody? No, but the Barrel House, they take their beers and they soak them in a barrel. For
Not
like-
all of them.
So, but the Barrel House isn't
The
just
Barrel House is the brewery like satellite. So they're all the beers in the barrels.
I always assumed it was the ones that had
No.
Soaked.
soaked for a while. I literally can't think of another
You
way.
can't stop talking about
Marinate.
soaking.
I'm literally trying not
Yeah.
to. What is the term that you use when you put a liquor or you
Aged.
put a beer? Aged.
No,
Boy,
no, no.
that sounds easier.
marinade.
Either way. What if I just hold my beer
And don't move it up and down.
for a
Stu.
long time?
Come over here.
Yeah, right.
No. So the Barrel House, I thought everything had been aged in
No,
barrels.
no,
So it was
no.
all either rum infused or bourbon
No,
infused or
they
wine
had beer.
infused.
They had regular. They had all their regular stuff there.
So I can go there and get a hot pork
Yeah,
orange.
yeah.
Okay.
So we had seen on the website they were like Friday Cheers. They have live music. So like we get there and we're early. It's 3:00 because we had taken off, and we're talking to the waitress, and it's us and one of our dudes sitting in there. And we're like, "How's this Friday Cheers thing work?" They're like, "Yeah, that ended last week." We're like, "Awesome, glad we're here."
That explains the lack of crowd.
Yeah, so we just
Super
ate.
sick.
We ate and left. And then the next day we got up and we went to Devil's Backbone, which is always amazing. We ate there too, and that was amazing. I'd never eaten there before.
They have good like meats. Like,
Yeah.
like all of their
Yeah.
like steaks or
Yep.
whatever it is you get. It's all really,
Very
really
good.
good.
Yeah.
I can't vouch for the other stuff.
That
whereas-
atmosphere is cool. It was a ton of people there on a Saturday. Sat by the fire pit, did all that shit. And then we went to Silverback, which I'd never been to.
Yeah. So
Did you try their gin?
I did not. I got a flight of their bourbon, which 2 of them were really good, and 2 of them were okay.
Very Jepson-y.
No. None of them were bad. But I did get they had a sweet deal. $20 for 4 half ounces of bourbon and then a cocktail. And I got the upgraded one. It was like a s'mores one. It was like caramelized, smoked with a marshmallow in it. It was freaking amazing.
They just soak
dude.
that marshmallow right in there.
Yeah.
So good.
Because
it was soft and then it gets softer.
But the regular bourbon they sell is $80 a bottle. And I was like, I'm
Ooh.
not buying that.
Yeah, so I went up there one
Their
time.
honey bourbon was amazing.
So I never got their bourbons because they were like, all of those are aging. I literally went there like the month they opened. And they were like, but we have the things that haven't been aged. And so I tried their gin, and I was blown away. They call
Gin's
it
not bad.
They call it Strange Monkey Gin. It's their strange way. It's fantastic.
Nice.
It's so
I'm not a
back.
gin guy. I associate gin with Pine Sol.
So
I get that.
gin is literally any
Pine Sol.
vodka that has been soaked in any number of
Junipers.
Juniper berries.
No. So juniper just became
Botanicals.
what was known as it. But like, say you take like a vodka and you soak it in marshmallows, then technically it's a gin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
Then why
that's
does Pinnacle sell all those marshmallow flavors?
because no one would want marshmallow gin because everybody
Yeah.
thinks gin is juniper, but that's because that became the most popular kind of herbal essence that ended up in gins for so long that it just became known with juniper. There are a lot of people who make gin that don't have any juniper. Like there's a place here in Virginia, Tarnished Truth, I believe, makes a gin.
But it's a botanical based
it's
thing,
all,
right? It's always like a flower or
here we go. I'm gonna get corrected.
You were way off.
Craftingclub.co.uk says that the flavors of a gin come from its botanicals. That's the herbs, seeds, flowers, plants,
Not
or
marshmallows.
spices added during production. And crucially, all gins must contain juniper.
That's not accurate.
I will continue looking, but I'm pretty sure it does.
Oh, you lost me at British College.
Yeah, but
British dental
you can
school.
vary the amount of juniper.
Am I wrong?
It is actually required by law for gin to contain juniper berries.
It's
as
like
the
bourbon
predominant
coming from
But so I
Kentucky.
can put very little.
Yeah. I think it
Juniper.
has to. Similar to the difference
But is
between
it a
bourbons
vodka
and Tennessee
base?
whiskeys.
Is it really vodka
Well,
base?
it's just a basic.
It's an unaged
it's an
whiskey.
unflavored.
It's
It's
the
a
same thing
pure-
when you go to like when you went to a bourbon distillery and they say, "Hey, we don't have bourbon yet. We don't have whiskey yet." They have unaged alcohol, which is effectively vodka or
So if
but
you-
some are
or white
potato
light.
based and some
yes,
are.
and that vodka is very loose with how they get to the end product. So if you take a vodka, right? You had one juniper berry, sure,
Now
but
it's a
then you
gin.
add rose petals, and now the predominant flavor is rose. That would still be a gin.
Yeah, but it was. I mean, I don't like.
So I guess the juniper's the loophole. That's what brings it.
I don't like
over.
botanical flavor.
But you don't need a certain amount of
No,
juniper.
so I'll give you Forbes if you'd rather have a little more pristine.
Yeah, we're a little closer to America. Thank you.
Not so with gin, which is defined by its flavor. It has to predominantly taste like juniper.
This is bullshit. I listened to a whole
don't know.
podcast about this. Now I'm furious.
Put that podcast
Well,
on
it's
blast.
funny though. Is Kettle One
It
has
was,
a whole, Kettle
the,
One has a whole botanical
Stuff you
series.
should know.
Yes,
about
and it's
gin.
garbage because I bought a bottle of it.
I mean, Kettle One as a vodka by itself is pretty good, but they have a series of 6 different flavored botanicals.
But without a governing body to determine whether a batch of the liquid tastes more like juniper than, say, cucumber or citrus, this
There we go.
definition is entirely a subjective one. So basically any distillery could say, this tastes like juniper to us,
Yeah.
and there's no way to really
I just
define
know that there are certain gins that are coming out now that are like heavy citrus flavors and different things.
I'm just saying Tanqueray is the gin I've always known about. It tastes like straight Pine Sol.
Tanqueray and Bombay
What?
Sapphire.
Tanqueray.
Is that not how we say it? Is this another
Yeah,
fucking
you are.
word?
It's not Tanqueray.
It's a G,
It's a Q.
and it sounds like a G.
Yeah.
it. Literally cute.
Tanqueray.
Tank.
I'm not-
Where's this CK coming from?
I was
He's saying
T-A-N-Q. Tank. Q. Tanqueray. Am I better?
I don't know. I think it's just Tanqueray.
That's Snoop.
Yeah, it's Tanqueray. Apparently this was not a good word for me.
No, I think you're doing it. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know, dude. Allegedly, I can't speak.
So if it's
I
not,
sound like a guy from Letterkenny, is what I've
Yes.
over
So
the
what
years.
you're saying is, if it hasn't soaked in junipers, it's
Figure it out.
not.
You can, if you
Gin.
just put one little piece of juniper in
Right,
the
and
entire vat, we can-
Overpower it with.
I think we can call it a gin. But a gin does not have to taste like a Christmas tree.
Okay.
And I think most people, because the Tanqueray is the go-to,
Yeah.
and I think that's what most people go, okay, this is gin.
It's awful.
So there's a couple out there though that are very different.
I'm
that you
sure.
would, like I got a Japanese gin inside that is so smooth and has all these different flavors. You would never even pick out juniper,
Yeah.
and it's wild because you can make different drinks with different kinds of gin depending on what their main profile is.
Yeah.
I find this stuff interesting. I like gin.
All right. There you go. But anyway, I had the bourbon.
Have you tried this? Have you tried the spicy ranch gin?
No, but it sounds amazing.
It's so good. So
You
good.
just need a little Dorito.
You soak a Dorito on the top,
Soak a Dorito in it.
and then it just
Don't move it around when it's in there.
No.
No.
Not shaken nor
no,
stirred.
No.
Soaked.
I got you. I'm picking it up.
I wish James Bond would be like, I'd like a martini. Soaked.
Soaked.
Just soak it in all that motherfucking gin.
Don't touch it.
Put them lime rinds in there. The
Let it
lemons.
soak.
The Mormon 007.
Don't touch it.
Soaked, not shaken.
The Bond girl standing on the side, like, this motherfucker's fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Bond chick's like, I'm out. That sounds awful.
I was looking for a vigorous
I was
soak.
looking for thrusting, and now I'm just getting a soaking.
Octopussy's like, nope, that's not
bullshit.
going to cut it.
Soaking's not even on the menu in Las.
Gold number.
Soaking's not even on the menu in Las Vegas.
Oh, I bet it is. I bet it is. I guarantee I go to Vegas and pick up any pamphlet off the street and be like, I just want to do soaking. Fair.
You can find it.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
$200. Soak away.
Oh my god.
Hey, I just checked out the
Yeah,
board.
please,
We've
God.
we've been recording this whole time, which was a
Hooray.
huge upgrade from last week.
Should we shut it down then?
I'm just saying.
Don't press.
I had a few people reach out and they were like, "That was wild."
I can't describe how much quality pod y'all missed. Like,
Oh God.
it was. I mean, it was like Emmy nominated work.
Yeah.
Like,
It was heartbreaking because honestly, I do think that we had really kind of built it up
Yeah.
and we were in a good spot.
we did such a good job with the tastings. Everybody had
Yeah.
really
True
good
reactions.
feedback on it. Oh yeah.
I'd like to say though that we're done.
We
We've
are
done
done.
it.
We
We are a Four
figured it out.
Roses
Well, till
crew.
next year.
But I'm saying in this
Nope.
house,
You gotta sell it. It's Four Roses.
in this house, there's only a few things we drink. If
Single barrel.
If you're getting a full flavor lager, it's a Budweiser.
Yeah.
If
you're
you're
doing a
getting if you're getting a light beer, it's a Miller Lite. And if you're drinking a bourbon, it's Four Roses single barrel.
And if you're drinking
if
a
you're-
seltzer, it's a Corona.
It's a Corona. These
And
are
if
the
you're
things we
buying
know.
a fire pit, it's a solo stove.
Yep.
And if you're
Yeah,
getting
but
a
these we
cooler-
haven't tested.
We haven't decided.
But
if
we
it's a
haven't
Yeti
tested those.
Or a
No.
Igloo.
You guys are just going on my like. But as far as like when we've released it to the group and we've really gotten through it, it's a Budweiser Miller Lite Four Roses house.
exactly.
You need to put one of those signs up in your yard. It's like, in this house.
In
we
this
drink
house, we have
Miller Lite, Budweiser,
But seriously,
Four Roses.
Here's the messed up thing.
this Four Roses is different. This is the single barrel.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not the standard
Yeah,
four, which
no-
we
no
do.
small
We
batch.
do like those.
Sure.
Because I've had those too.
Yeah, they're tasty.
A plastic bottle Four Roses will
It's
get
just
you far in life.
But
Before I
this-
started this podcast, I was a Coors full flavor, Coors
Yep.
Light, and Blade and Bow. I think was like my absolute jam. This is a Four Roses Budweiser.
We've
Miller
learned
Lite
something.
house.
That's what I'm saying. I need you to get one of these yard signs you can put out here.
Yeah.
Neighbors would be like,
You'll
what
make
the
it look
fuck
cool.
is wrong with this guy?
I'm just willing to. We had talked about this earlier that it takes a certain level of person to go, I have been wrong,
Yeah.
and just
Oh,
change my
easily.
opinion
Yeah.
based on a true taste test. If you're willing to look at the numbers,
Mhm.
sometimes it doesn't add up.
Yeah, it's
Four
it's a-
Roses house, dude.
It's a very adult thing to learn and
To admit you're
grow.
wrong.
To admit you're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will always, for
And
the
now
rest of my
Brendan
life.
will spend all of his monies the rest of his life on Four Roses single barrel.
Blade
And
and
save
Bow.
money.
What?
No, that's not the right answer.
No. Because,
He's
no,
a brand whore,
no,
so he
because-
will stick with
No.
He's like, I gotta get the motherfucking keys.
Look,
Yeah.
look, I'm a Coors Light guy forever. I have not purchased a Coors Light since that tasting, but I will not change who I am. I'm a Coors Light guy.
Yeah.
I just don't drink that stuff anymore.
I don't drink that trash swill.
But that's what, like, if people are like, what's your thing? I'm like, I'm a Coors Light guy. Miller Lite is better.
Yeah.
And if people go, what's your bourbon? I'll be like, ooh, Blatant Bow. But if you want the right bourbon,
Yeah.
you should probably drink Four Roses. Actually, in this instance, though, I am going to full-blown convert to the Four Roses single barrel. That
It's
is,
solid.
Yeah, that's going to be
that
my...
beat out
$45.
everything. I mean, I can't argue with this one.
Yeah.
Like, that
Yeah.
is...
Next week I get a
Really
clear
good.
bottle with a Yeti label, and it's just Yeti bourbon.
Oh, Lord.
You know, so how long has Yeti been a company?
5 minutes.
Like 3
Relative
BC?
terms?
No, they've actually been around a long time.
Oh, what I'm
Because
getting at.
they were fishermen.
But I would say
so.
late 90s, early 2000s at tops. At tops.
I have no
Ooh,
idea.
I feel like it's later than that. But I was going to say, have they reached the point where they could theoretically say, hey, we've been sitting on these barrels of bourbon that we're going to release.
Oh, man.
You know, in this day and age, they could.
They're
like,
going to have a
all right,
cross collab
so-
with somebody.
Yeah, they wouldn't have to do all that. They just go to
Yeah.
Blade
So
and Bow and say,
Solo
put this
Stove-
Yeti.
Solo Stove just did an IPA. IPO. They just went public, you know?
Sure.
Yeah.
15 years.
How many shares did you
2000.
buy?
Hey,
So none.
Yeti's 2006.
Look at
All right,
Stu.
2000,
So they've got
respect.
10 plus years.
Yeah.
They could have a
But so-
15-year bourbon right now.
I was watching Solo Stove all of a sudden had this IPO, and I was like, that probably means they're going to do more than like fire pits, right? Sure enough, in the last month, they've released a pizza oven to compete with my pizza oven. They've started releasing all of the things that people have been building, like heat deflectors and all these things. They're releasing all this stuff. Like they're
just off their
branching out.
brand.
Yeah, they're branching
Yeah.
out dramatically.
Yeah, because
I
the
would
investors are telling them, like, we got to find more ways
Yeah.
to get
Yeah.
market share.
We need more money, more money,
You
more
need
money.
more SKUs.
Which is actually the worst thing that can happen to a company.
Yeah, usually the more SKUs you got, the harder it is.
Once it goes public, it's like you're no longer worried about the product, you're worried about the money.
Mhm.
And that's not a
What?
great thing.
You're telling me the $500 Solo Stove was worried about the money? That
You're
doesn't
telling me
check
that
out.
American consumerism is a detriment to companies? That's crazy.
You're backing me into a corner. No, I love consumerism. But I'm also like, no, I'm good with it. I don't even want to go down this road.
This works out well for
Yeah,
me.
Yeah.
you'll be fine.
But I don't know that I'm necessarily going to love all of their stuff that they're coming out with.
Yeah,
You're
that's
gonna
true.
have
I get
to.
that.
Like if they're going to drop a cooler, like
You'd buy it?
just to test it.
Solo So technology, bro.
Look, I've told you time and time again. I think that the Yeti cooler is awesome, but that
Mhm.
Igloo is a far superior machine, like for all the other stuff. But it doesn't hold ice anywhere near as well as the Yeti. The Yeti's actually the far
You like
superior
the
ice
Igloo
retention.
for the volume
Yes.
rather than the...
Look at what it can do for half the price.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
it's
what you do, you use the Igloo at this point basically as like a storage vessel for soaking your beers, and then you put them in the Yeti to get them cold, right?
yeah,
a stretch.
Yeti doesn't soak. Yeti doesn't soak.
Yeti just fucks.
Yeti,
Yeti
fucks.
Yeah, I think that's basically it.
Yeti, call us up. We got your new tagline.
Yeah.
Yeah, patent that.
Igloo soaks, Yeti fucks. That is
Yep.
basically it.
Because I think Yeti didn't patent their double walled, and that's why everybody
No,
broke
they
out.
did.
Oh, they did. They've
Or
been
they didn't
suing
win.
Arctic. They've been
Well,
suing everybody.
They did, but the patent effectively ran out.
Yeah.
You know, they reached its term limit.
Yeah, nobody touched it for the first 10 years.
'Cause it
and
was soaking.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they just soaked there.
They soaked it. They just sat there soaking.
I wonder how many times we've said soaked.
Too many.
Oh, we'll have a spreadsheet on it in a second.
Yeah, the Abacus is like 472 soaks.
Yeah,
Still a virgin.
I'll make a new tab.
Yeah.
Still a virgin.
yeah. You can say soak as many times as you want. Doesn't count as one.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you haven't had a chance to head over to m4krichmond.org, please do. Check out either our team or just the charities, whatever it is that if you see somebody you want to donate to, I honestly think you should. This is probably the most effective way to impact the Richmond children community on the whole. We have multiple charities that we're donating to, and every dollar that you give, literally, if that dollar comes in, that dollar goes out. Nothing is kept. All of the hats and shirts that Troy's wearing that look kind of sweet, Those are all donated by corporate.
It's all aware in
sponsorships,
November.
I'm about to say, I feel like I haven't seen you in anything
won't.
other than
You
M4K
won't.
swag this month.
That's all
which I
aware.
respect.
Yeah.
I respect.
In all fairness, I wear a lot of it all year, but I double down in November.
I'm not mad at you.
These are some of the best feeling and fitting shirts I have.
They're
Like,
fantastic.
Some of the softest.
hats are
oh
great.
yeah,
no doubt.
Koozies.
yeah, everything.
Everything.
But the big picture is that we're raising money for really good causes, whether that's feeding children or helping children that are dealing with cancer or difficult situations through abuse or whatever it may be. M4K donates every dollar that you give directly to it. And that dollar is tax deductible, so please take advantage of that. I know you're looking for a loophole and you want to feel good about it. There's an opportunity to talk about soaking, but I don't want to do it right now. This is the way to do it. So head over to m4krichmond.org. Check out the charities that we're donating to. Head over to the Inside the Pallet House page. Find any grower that you're looking for, especially if you see someone who's just below the $1,000 mark.
Yeah.
I understand
Hit 'em up.
that is very petty, but to us, it's kind of awesome to see our guys get above $1,000.
We want a team full of granders. That's
So
what we want.
I don't necessarily need you to donate to me or to Lee or to Stu or to Troy.
No.
Really, if you see somebody who's right there at the cusp, that $25, whatever it may be, that's awesome.
I think out of the four of us, there's only one non-grander here.
Yeah.
Who would that be?
Who's that?
The guy who's holding himself soaking outside.
Maybe I need to shake it.
Shake the money tree.
Maybe throw a 20 spot at
Let's
Brendan.
be honest. Unfortunately, I'm not kicking that ass this year. But
We're going to get you there.
I'm okay with it.
We're going to get you there.
I'm okay with it because my role within the team is, I think, to help
Team Soaker.
kinda,
Cheerleader. Team Pterodactyl.
Gosh, when you guys
Soaking
say
pterodactyl.
Brendan, can you start jumping?
it, okay, I was just saying that I try to help better the good, and I
You bring
Yeah,
a
you
lot.
do.
You
what I
bring a
do
lot.
is I bring guys who
You find that guy that's not getting off, and you get him off.
That's right.
that's not
You're a oral support guy. Moral support guy.
okay. I don't know what any of y'all are saying.
We're saying you,
My job
you
is
serve a purpose.
I bring people who are donating to me, and then I bring them onto the team, and they do so much more good in the world.
Yeah.
And then I have to fill that gap. That doesn't.
Fill that slot.
Gaps
almost.
get filled with you around. No doubt. Yeah.
I'm just saying, don't worry about me. I'll figure it out.
You'll
Donate
get
to the
yours.
people on the team
You'll get yours.
that need the help. Y'all, with friends like these,
All I know is there's going to be somebody that's going to plug into Google M4K/soaking.
Oh, they'll plug something.
They're like, what are we talking about?
Google will be plugged.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, did it quit?
This is going great.
I forgot I had to put it down because I was trying to lead out.
Homer agrees.
I was trying to lead out. Thank you guys so much for your support week in and week out. We do appreciate you.
We do.
If you haven't had a
Happy
chance
Turkey Day.
Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. I hope everybody out there is having a good one. I hope this
Now
is the year.
you can put up your Christmas shit.
Oh, dude. I'm putting up my Christmas stuff like in no
Friday.
time.
No, it's Friday. That's when you put it up. Today. The day after Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
is
When
where you
this
put it up.
episode comes
Yeah.
out, just know this. If you're standing outside with headphones on, hanging Christmas lights, you and I are doing the exact same
Yep.
thing. Because that is
Hopefully
what,
you're not getting soaked by the rain.
you know what I get to do Saturday?
Uh-oh.
Driving school.
Ooh.
Hooray.
Oh, yeah. From your little, is it online?
I'm going
Oh,
in person.
shit.
Oh, you got to go all the way out there?
No, I wanted to do in person. I think
Yeah.
they're going to we'll talk about this next week. I'll tell
Yeah.
you all
I
about
can't
driving
wait to
school.
hear about it.
And FYI, you literally just reminded me I have to be in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's the 23rd, right?
I got you. I don't
Tomorrow is.
Yep. I got to be a court date.
But tomorrow is 2 days ago.
know. Might I recommend gum?
So if you need something on the 23rd, do it 3 days
Yeah.
ago.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you have a better day tomorrow than Stu is. Cheers.
Cheers.
Inside the Science House.
I don't have peace out. I need a good attorney.
Go follow M4K Richmond on Instagram.
Stu's going
Yeah.
to court.
He's
It sounds like an Ernest movie.
in trouble.
You ever remember the Ernest movie?
Oh,
Stu,
yeah.
Ernest goes to court.
Yeah. Ernest goes to jail. Ernest goes to camp.
Yeah, well, that's the second.
Yeah.
The first movie, Stu goes to court. The second movie, Stu goes to jail.
Spoiler alert, Stu might not be here next week.
First speeding ticket since rap.
So you're fine.
say it. I just decided to do it.
That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?
That was a pretty soaking podcast, don't you think?